Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Crazy. Oh.
What is this thing, Charlie?
Oh my God.
We dreamed about.
Oh my God.
It's a cob.
Oh my goodness.
It's a silver cob. Oh.
It could be.
I see it right there. It's an Ariel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is that it?
It is a cut Ariel.
Oh my God. Well, that is a nice copper coin, but oh, Doug, do you know what time it is?
45 up.
Who says 45 of, Doug? It's quarter after. Who says 45 of? You know who it is, Mr. Dog Tag Doug. What's up, guys? Hoarder here. Welcome to the Quarter After Live Show. Got a really fun guest on tonight. Tony from 5280 Adventures. I've known him many, many years. YouTuber, podcaster, new entrepreneur that we're going to talk about. Television personality with his Expedition Unknown. A lot of stuff to talk about. So Tony will be on at exactly 7:30 p.m. sharp, or 6:30 or 5:30 or 4:30, wherever you live. Heck, maybe 12:30 if you live in Guam. I don't know. But we're going to have a really fun night. I'm going to bring some of the gang in before Tony comes on, but I do want to say I wanted to give a shout out to Steph Diggs. If you follow Steph at all, she's got a little bit of a an issue right now. She was in the hospital. I think she's doing well. We've texted a little bit. So things are looking up, but I do want to give a shout out to Steph. I wish her the best, and I hope she's back home and doing well sooner than later. So hugs and kisses, Steph. Hugs and kisses. Talking about hugs and kisses, Dog Tag Doug, Mexican Doug, Jane Fond Doug is here. How are you, Dougie?
I'm fine.
You look fine, Doug. You look more than fine.
Yeah, I just took a shower, so
thank God. Thank God.
Otherwise, you'd be able to smell me right through the computer screen.
Yeah, I was talking to Doug about an hour before the show, and I got a new dog. I don't know if I mentioned it on here or not. So we got a new dog, like a full dog, not like a puppy. And I have a dog. So, when you introduce two dogs, it's been a slow process. They're doing good, no issues. But my wife's out back with the two dogs, and I'm talking to Doug, and I just hear the dogs like, rah, 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 like a full-on dog fight. So I run out back, and I start screaming, and I get in between them and break them up. And I lost my voice. This is like an hour and a half ago. And I'm like, oh no, I got no voice. It's Thursday. And then luckily, Doug, I drank some tea. I got some honey in me, and my voice is coming back. So
Good.
Everyone is fortunate enough.
I'd hate to have to carry the show.
Oh my God, we just cancel it. I'd say, Tony, listen, these are your options.
Yeah.
We can postpone or Doug will run the show.
You'll hear one big collective hang up from however many are in the chat.
Yes. No one would show up. Let me bring in another Mohican of the night, Doug, our good friend, the lovely and talented Lindy Anna Jones. How are you, Lynn?
Good. How about you guys?
We are living the dream. Now, we were talking with Tony before the show. Tony, obviously part of Relics Radio that we'll get into later tonight. Because Rich did Relics Radio about a year or so ago, and we were all in there. And I've done it before. Doug, you've done it before. Lynn, maybe you'll be, your turn is coming up for a guest spot on Relics Radio. Hey, listen, as a guy who hosts live shows, you're always looking for guests, Lynn. Always. So be on your best behavior, and maybe your phone.
She doesn't have best behavior.
No, she does not. No, she does not. But all sorts of fun shenanigans, I'm sure, are going to come up. Tony's got,
Remember
years
who she hangs around with, Jason?
She hangs around with us, Doug.
Yeah.
I think we're a bad influence. You remember, Doug,
Bad associations spoil useful habits.
I'm thinking back to when we did the live stream celebration a couple of weeks ago, and I was going through all the old clips. And the day we did Lynn's, I remember how quiet she was and how demure and didn't want to be in the camera. And now we've unleashed Pan's Labyrinth or whatever the thing is.
Well, they say on the show, it gets too hard to hide all the time. You just can't do it. So you
Unleash the Kraken.
You got to go with it.
Yes. Let me get some hellos in, Doug. So I'm going to scroll back a little bit because I thought I saw before the show, M.A. Lyman popped in before the show. He's probably long gone now. M.A. Lyman, 24, who, I've known a long time ago. Actually, he inspired me to start live streaming the first round. I used to live stream, Doug, 7 years ago.
Really?
And I did it for maybe 6 months, and then I grew out of it, and then started up again. You with
kept
you.
That rather quiet.
Well, I mean, I took the videos down. It was good. I just like I like rapping with people, Doug. I like meeting people, but it became too much work. It's a lot of effort to come up with themes and things all the time. It's a lot. Rick Rarg is here. ABQ History Hunters. Sue Ramsey, Scott Cash is here. Nokta Mark is here. Welcome, Mark. I'm here for the labs and the bubble gum. That's great. Well, I hope you brought lots of bubble gum, Mark, because last we can do. Treadwell Taxi is here. I suppose I'll poke the like button while Jason touches up his makeup. That's right. Little known fact, when I bring up like full screen pictures, Doug, that's usually when I'm touching up my makeup and making myself all done. Lynn, you look like you have a lot of makeup on. Not a lot, but some extra eye makeup on today. That's not.
No, nothing.
You don't
different.
tell a woman that. What's the matter?
Well, no, I'm saying it looks like it's different than normal. I didn't know if she changed the shade or the color or something.
It's the lighting.
Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe it's the lighting. Okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's like, why don't you ask her how old she is?
No, I thought she dolled herself up for you, Doug. I thought she was like, she went to Macy's.
Doll herself up for me. She looks great every time I see her.
I never said she didn't. I just thought it was a different color around her eyes. Okay. Gee, maybe not.
No, there's nothing different.
Gee whiz. Shoot a guy for trying to be nice. Holy cow. Old 41 Relics is here. What's up, brother? Dawn Griffin.
Get you in trouble.
No, you'll never get me in trouble. Brando Magnifico is here. Corn Smoke is here. Scott. Oh, look, there she is. The metal Bree detectorist. I knew she'd be here. Bree, thank you very much. Yeah. Bree getting ready for her big trip to the Moonlight Gathering. We were I didn't scroll down yet. Is Alicia here? I'm still working my way down.
Oh, okay.
But last night on Relics Radio, they had on Terry Carter, the guy running the Moonlight Gathering. So we were in the chat for a while. That's going to be a lot of fun. I know Tony, I believe Tony's going. We'll ask him tonight. I know Bree is going to be there. It should be a lot of fun. So
could you get it right just once? It's Moon Lake Gathering.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said Moonlight.
Oh, darn it. Did I say that again? I'm sorry.
Everybody's going to be looking somewhere else for this place.
You know what I noticed in the show last night? People were just calling it MLG, like for short. I'll do that because then I'm covered both ways. Okay. The ML. So I'll be like, hey, anyone going to MLG? And I'll do that. Buzzsaw is here. Magic Man Texas is here. Maurice Nations. Hello, how are you, sir? Hi Ho Silver is here. What's up, brother? I'm still scrolling down. Let me see. I scroll down so much and then I lose. Oh, Chaos Kittens Detecting. There we go. That's a new one, I think. How are you? Florida Sand Hunters, another new one. If I was going to detect the beach, Doug, like that's where I'd want to do it. I want to do it in Florida on that Gold Coast and hope that like 17, 15 fleet stuff washed up. What do you think of that, Doug?
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, guy can hope, right? Nick Shalino, Dirt Floor Motors is here. What's up, brother? Oh, he said hi to you, Doug. Look at that. Someone acknowledging you, Doug.
Somebody said hi to me?
Yes. Can you believe it?
What did I do?
I don't see Alicia yet, but I know she's here because I see her on the other screen.
She said hi to me. I said hi to her.
I know. Alicia, Hot Mess Fish, and I see her on the left, but for some reason, I have two different chats, and it's weird. Like, they don't always come through, but I do see her. Hello, Alicia. Dig Upstate is here. Bells is here. Nice to see Bells. Good evening, all my one. Now, she said hello to everyone, not just you, Doug.
Vincent Caparina.
Vincent Paisan. A Paisan. How are you, Vincent Cappuccino? Dairyland Detecting is here. Sue Ramsey. I'm not sure if I got Sue earlier. I'm trying to scroll and keep up. What time is it? I got 5 minutes.
Relic Hunter, Larry.
I didn't see Larry. Say again, another one. I didn't see him over here, but Larry, welcome, my friend. Michael Workman, Stuart
Hey,
Tingley.
Tony from 5280 Adventures is here.
Oh, is he here? Thank goodness. Tony is here. New York Relic Recovery is here. Nata Reed 538 is here. Thank you. Skip is here. Skip4348 is here. Thank you very much. Brando Magnifico. There's M.A. Lyman again. I mentioned you earlier, Mike. Good to see Mike. M.A. Lyman 24. It's been a long time. Oh, is he here? I don't see him either, yes. But Justin is here. So all sorts of people are here. Thank you very much for showing up. There's all right, I'm losing my balance here. And again, I'm sorry if I sound a little hoarse. I had my dog yelling incident. So I feel like my voice is a little off. Doug, are you noticing my voice being a little off?
What's that?
Thanks, Doug. Thanks for paying attention.
I saw somebody, metal detectorist said, "Howdy, ton dog." Is that?
I don't know. Doug can't read and listen at the same time. I'll refer to Lynn.
Correct.
Lynn, do I sound hoarse today, Lynn?
Oh, do you? I didn't notice it until you said something, and I noticed it just slightly. But you're pretty loud and clear.
I feel a little hoarse.
Yeah,
and you know it's weird. Not only do I feel a little hoarse, but when Doug was in high school, he used to feel a little hoarse.
Yeah. It's another one of his nicknames. I'm sure.
That's why they called me Tripod.
He used to feel a little hoarse. Charlie the Hermit Relic Hunter in the chat. He's away with his family on vacation, so he wasn't able to make it tonight, but he's in the chat. Good to see Charlie.
Where's he, down Delaware?
Yes. He's down, like I said, he's with the whole vacation. So I hope Charlie has a good time down there. He sent me a picture. There's like 900 of them all down there. So having a good family gathering.
Oh, wow.
Weird Guy in the Park is in there. Thank you very much. Oh, Doug, I wanted to say also before I bring Tony in 2 minutes. And I don't want to give too much away out of order, but if you follow Tony at all, Tony has a little endeavor that he does. You're welcome to look it up before I get to it. But it's called Republic Displays, and they're special coin displays that he makes from scratch. And he was nice enough that we are going to give one away along with his newest creation later in the show. So we'll have two people that he was nice enough to give something away to.
Sweet.
So if you'd like to enter, Doug, you can type, well, not you, but I'm saying the other viewers, everyone but you. You can type in hashtag 5280 into the chat, and you might just be a winner by the end of the night.
Wow.
So put it in there. And when I get to that part of the show, you'll see some of the creations, or you're welcome to open a separate tab if you're watching on a computer and go check out republicdisplays.com, and you can see a whole bunch of them. But make sure you put hashtag 5280. You might just get yourself a win. And I think he's going to let you pick out any one you want. So they're like kind of custom, depending on the coin that you want it for. We'll get to it later today. It's really, really cool.
Yes.
And I think he even made one, Doug, for you, myself, and Lynn, which is really nice. So
that was very nice.
Yeah, I'll be displaying mine. I love interesting ways to display it, and I could never do the stuff he's doing. So my displays are just kind of like laying flat, but what are you going to do? All right, we're getting ready to start. What do I got? About a minute here. Doug, did you watch any of the big soccer finale before I start? People were talking.
No.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it either. Not that I'm opposed to it. I
was following it, but I can't watch it.
You can't watch it.
No, it's too slow.
I didn't get an opportunity because I just never followed the schedule. But I will say, those guys are tremendous athletes, Doug. I mean, you couldn't walk up and down that soccer field once if I gave you an hour. Those guys run up and down, back and forth. The conditioning they must have is incredible. So no, I didn't watch any of them myself, but I think Spain won. Is that right?
Yes.
Spain won.
Yes.
So congratulations to Spain. And how far did America make it in that thing, Doug? I don't even know. Did they get it to like the quarterfinals? Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how far they got.
By Argentina, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a good team, right? The big famous guy. What's that, Lynn?
I was going to say my son-in-law went to one of the games when it was in Philly.
Oh, did he go? How did he like it? Was it good?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember who they played. It was sort of toward the beginning, so I can't remember who it was.
Mexico, maybe. I know they played.
Not sure.
I'm not sure. All right. Well, listen, talking about Mexico, let me bring in my guest.
Is he from Mexico?
I don't know. I just was trying to find a segue.
I didn't know that.
If you haven't seen him before, he's all over this interweb thing of metal detecting. He's got the YouTube channel. He's got a podcast. He does live streaming. He's been on the television. He's got the new awesome displays. He's a little bit of everywhere. Super nice guy, super good friend. So let's bring in the handsome and talented Tony from 5280 Adventures. Tony, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I will say thank you for that awesome segue because I have seen Mexico on the map. So it is appropriate. It's the blue one, if I remember right. So yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to interrupt Doug, so I have to just pretend there's a segue when there's not one.
Tony, buenas noches.
See.
Tony, how are you, my friend? I know your throat's probably just as sore because you had a show all last night.
Yeah, we were on Relics Radio last night. Like you said, we had Terry Carter on for the MLG. Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah, the MLG. Now, do you ever mistakenly say Moonlight? I don't know why I say Moonlight. But it is the Moon Lake gathering.
Moon Lake. Yeah. It's Moon Lake. I don't know if I've ever misspoken on that one. I think
I did.
You hold the record for it.
I'm terrible at it.
Even when you had Bree and Mark Hoover on.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times I think you got shunned. You got put in timeout.
I did.
For 30 seconds for that.
Deservingly so, Tony. I mean, I'm supposed to be a professional at this. You know what I mean? Like I botched it over and over. And Bree was like yelling at me. She was like texting me. She's like, knock it off, you idiot. I don't know why it was stuck in my brain. I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
You should have your wife hold up cue cards for you.
I don't know. I just gotta work on it a little bit. But look, I'm gonna bring Tony over on the big side because I want to see his handsome face because I wanted to dive in a little bit about Tony. So let's see what's going on. Now, some of these questions I know because I've known you for almost a decade now. But if the viewers out there aren't familiar, I got to always ask the OG question, the origin story.
Okay.
Tony, what got you into metal detecting as a young man, young child, infant, whatever it was that you're still doing to this day?
I've always just loved history. Growing up, always loved history and kind of, started watching some YouTube, did metal detecting around like 2016-ish, 2017. And I actually moved I moved back east to Northern Virginia. I lived in Winchester, Virginia. And I mean, you can't sneeze without hitting history back there. So it was really like, it was like, you just got to start this, man. You got to get into it. Unfortunately, I didn't start detecting until I moved back to Colorado. And I think I just kind of regretted not getting back to it back east because of all the history. And I said, you know what, let's just try this out, see if I like it. It's a hobby. So I went on eBay and I bought an Ace 250 for like $100, I think, is what I won the whatever, paid $100 for it and got out and started detecting and just absolutely fell in love with it. It was all, oh my gosh, I can, at the time, I think maybe a lot of us started out, oh my gosh, I can find money, right? I scoured the tot lots, went to the parks, went to the schools. You come home with like $1.27 and you thought it was the greatest thing in the world. You're going to be a millionaire any day now.
Yeah.
But just really loved it. And then really learned the machine, paid for itself after like, a couple months, whatever it was. And so at that time I was like, I'm going to invest in the hobby now. So I did buy the AT Pro. So used that for a little bit. And then I was at an event down in Southern Colorado with, actually was down there with Terry Carter and Gypsy Jules.
Yeah. Gypsy.
We were down at an event down there and ended up winning an AT Gold machine. So now I'm like all Garrett machines.
Yeah.
I had 3 of them. And then the Apex came out. So I got the Apex. So I'm just like Garrett for life, it seemed like, right? And, a couple of years ago, we were getting ready to go to, actually, Ken and I, Adventures in Dirt. He's my digging partner and co-host on Relics Radio. We were out at an event in Oklahoma, and Debbie from Mine Lab was there, and she had a prototype Manicore. And I was using the Manicore, and I said, at this point, we'd been in it a couple of years. And I was like, I'm really going to evaluate. I'm either going to buy a Deus or I'm going to buy, a Manicore. I really wanted to jump and make a big leap into the hobby. And after swinging the Manicore, that was it. I came home, I bought the Manicore. It got delivered, And a week after it got delivered, I flew out to England and used it literally for the first time out.
Oh, wow. Without even being super familiar with it.
Fire. Oh my gosh. But really, I mean, in England, you're just whatever targets you have, you're gonna dig. So it wasn't difficult to try and learn it there. But I guess that's kind of the whole history. So
no, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny that I remember most of it, actually. Like I mean, I'm not saying like I peek in your windows at night, but I remember, as the years progress, like seeing the different machines and all that stuff. So, which would lead me into like, all right, you're a guy, you bought this Ace 250, maybe you got an AT Pro, you're really into it, you're watching other YouTubers and stuff. And then what was your inspiration? We're like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
Oh,
and so how did that come about? And I think it's kind of obvious, but how did you come up with your YouTube name, which now you've had for 10 years, and it's really a long reach in the hobby?
Yeah. I'll start with the name. So I'll go back so we're trying to figure out a name because I wanted to start YouTube. And at that time, I mean, I'm doing metal detecting. I've always been an outdoorsman, hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, all those kind of different things. And my idea was I'm going to do an outdoor channel that includes metal detecting plus all of these other things because you've got ice fishing when I can't metal detect. So it'll be good content,
a variety.
Right. So I was like, well, I live in Colorado. Most of my stuff is in Colorado. I didn't know I was going to England or Oklahoma or Wyoming or Utah or, traveling to do metal detecting. So I was really concentrated on Colorado. And so not a lot of people, they ask me the question, what does 5280 mean? 5280 Adventures. So 5280 is a number really associated with Colorado because 5280 means 5,280 feet, which is a mile long. I live in Colorado. Everybody knows Denver. Denver is technically like a mile high from sea level. So everything in Colorado is 5280 air conditioning, 5280 accounting, 5280.
Oh, that's a common term in your area. I got you. Okay.
So, but I really wanted to associate with Colorado because that's where I was going to be doing everything. So I didn't want to say 5280 metal detecting because I was doing more than metal detecting. So I was like, well, adventures. So it's essentially like Colorado Adventures.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how 5280 Adventures came up. And at the beginning, I was doing the ice fishing in the wintertime on the channel. 3 seasons I would do metal detecting.
Some of those videos are still up if you scroll all the way. Oh yeah, they're still up. You have a few of them, like maybe like 6 or 7 ice fishing with the kids. Way back. I mean, Tony's he's still a teenager practically.
I had a little less gray in my beard. I know that.
Didn't we all?
So that's how it kind of came about. And really like starting the YouTube. I mean, I'm just on there and I'm watching, I think all of us generally, if we started 10 years ago, we're watching Aqua Chigger.
Sure.
That's kind of the first one that really turned me on to being on YouTube. And then, kind of a history story of how Ken and I met as well, because we both started detecting at the same time, started our YouTube channels at the same time. We actually met on a metal detecting forum put on by a detectorist from Colorado. We both were in this forum.
Oh, wow.
Just chatting. And all of a sudden it's like, where are you at? Oh, well, where are you at? You want to go detect? Sure. And it's kind of awkward. 10 years ago, I'm a 40-some-year-old, married husband. And I run over to my wife. I'm like, guess what? I met a guy
met a friend
on the internet, and I'm going to go meet him and detect with him.
Yes. I got to pick. I was going to get to Ken. You beat me to it. I mean, obviously Ken is an incredible part of your journey and vice versa. I mean, you guys have been doing a lot of the hobby together, thick and thin for many years now. And
Since
together,
day one, really.
Yeah, you guys really accomplished a lot. And it's cool how you've kind of done it, like you said, in parallel, where you guys came on around the same time, a lot of the same things, you lived close together, and it really has become a nice friendship. I mean, I talked to Ken a little bit yesterday, and I was like, Ken, tell me the truth. Do you really like Tony? And he's like, yeah, I really do like him, Jay. So there's some behind the scenes for you, Tony.
Good.
Where if you were to ask me behind the scenes, if I like Doug, I'll tell you later.
Well, yeah, when we get offline, we'll talk. We'll discuss.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But so because you and Ken together very early,
we started everything right at the same time, and we really kind of supplemented and complement each other in terms of learning how to YouTube. how to vlog or it was all, at the beginning, it was just, I mean, I know you've been talking about your beginning videos on your, when you did 100,000 show, you went
Yeah.
all the way back to the beginning and showing how much you just learn and improve and
they weren't
your
good.
production value and yeah. And that's how it was. It was like,
And that's normal, I think. And I watched yours, again, I watched them
I'm
earlier
sorry.
this week. And listen, they're not very good, but they shouldn't be very good. Like you, just like me, you can see the process of how it got better, how you paid more attention to different things. And I like that. That's part of the journey.
Yeah.
And without that, if someone came in on day one and did it all for you, you don't learn, you don't have those stumbles, you don't grow. So I even though mine make me cringe, I'm appreciative for it because that was part of the process.
Yeah. And Ken and I really helped each other. I mean, we really studied a lot of different things. And in the older days, we would always be texting each other about, hey, I have this idea, or, what do you think about kind of structuring a video like this and blah, blah, blah. And we really kind of encouraged each other. And it was really nice to have kind of an honest friend to bounce some good YouTube ideas off of. And we both kind of have, hopefully gotten a little bit better since then. And now it's just nonstop talking about research and detecting and
once you get a handle on how to make the videos, now it just comes down to, all right, we got to go find spots, we got to get content. It leads me into my next question is you got a YouTube channel now that's rolling along. You got a close ally in Ken that you guys get along and go out. Out here, we concentrate a lot on colonial stuff, Rev War stuff. Out where you are, the history is different than we have out here.
It is.
You're hunting a lot of stagecoach routes, pioneer trails, mining camps, ghost towns, maybe.
Yeah.
Is securing permissions out there that much different than out here because your land is so much more vast? Maybe getting a hold of the owners, or however it works. Do you have a hard time? Can you give us some of the process of how you guys get on some of the amazing places you guys do?
Sure. Yeah. I don't think it's any different. Obviously, you just like you guys, you do the research. Yours are generally, you've got the farm fields that may not be as big necessarily as some of the vast areas that we go out to, but you've got a farm field with a house, or hopefully a house there. Maybe they still live there, maybe they don't, but you kind of go down the same route, finding out who the landowner is and then trying to get in contact with them in some way. For us, it's really no different. We study, we do more research than detecting, unfortunately. You're just trying to find a spot and, old map overlays and go, oh my gosh, this was there at one time. It was on the 1900 map, but it's not on the 1930 map. That's great. It's a farm field now. There's no house there. There's no structure. Great. Even better. So then you start going, okay, we're going to identify that. And then just finding out the landowner. Most of the time, they generally live in those small towns, near kind of that field itself. And maybe we'll just go door knock and say, hey, that field over at that intersection over there, that's kind of, we dig, we play in the dirt, do you mind if we just go over there? And they're like, you weirdo, go ahead. I don't care. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
We do come across a lot more now, building development type of LLCs or corporations that tend to own these large vast areas of land out here that we try to get on. So those are a lot more difficult. They, the first thing they think about, because they're so business oriented, is liability. So it's all about, no, you can't go on there because, then we're liable for you. We try to explain Colorado law if liability is different, but at that time it's just kind of talking around in circles, and you just know you're not going to get the permission. So, but generally the research and the securing permissions is the same for us out here. But we're really looking, the story goes, if everybody knows the history of moving out west and things like that, 1850s is as far back as we really can go out here. So if we find, some old places around the 1850s, and you started getting into the 60s and 70s, it started getting real heavier, I guess. But still real sparse in terms of population. So they had a lot of military adventures and military activity out here because of the Indians. Everybody wanted to come out west, and so they had a lot more military presence to, corral in the Indians or keep the white man safe and that kind of thing. So we really like to find military type of trails. The stagecoach is fantastic because they could only go so far before they had to water the horses or stop for overnights or meals and those kind of different things. So we do a lot of research with trails.
Yeah.
Because that was where everybody, that's where people were. So, if we're trying to get old, that's the approach that we really tend to focus on.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's a different dynamic where we do a lot of farms because almost everywhere around here was a farm, even if it's woods now or a neighborhood.
Right.
And where you live, a lot of people were kind of passing through rather than staying and farming for years until you, like you said, into the later. So you're really trying to find those routes, those pioneer trails and working those. And you found some really good things. I wanted to bring up some of his favorite things, but I do want to show, again, if you're haven't seen it, 5280 Adventures, not only, 11 plus almost 12,000 subscribers, which is difficult in this hobby. So, congratulations to you. But 1.2 thousand videos I see there too. I'll bring it up full screen, Doug. That guy, that's a busy guy. That's someone who is really contributing content. 1.2 thousand. That is a lot of stuff. So, very, very well done there. But I wanted to go in a little bit. Let me remove this for just a second, because I wanted to bring up some of Tony's most notable finds. If you haven't watched some of his adventures yet on 5280 Adventures, make sure you go tune in. But before I bring the picture up, Tony, would you like to tip everyone off as to one of the best finds, or I think your best find, that none of us have even found?
I tell you, I haven't been detecting very long, and I don't necessarily have old history here, but the history that we do have, if you get on a good spot, can be really, really, really good. And I have been more above and beyond blessed to be able to be on some pretty epic spots with some incredible detectorists and friends. So 100% my over-the-top holy grail coveted find was my $5 gold coin that I found.
Yeah, that is an amazing find.
Like that, it's not even. I still can't even honestly understand it. It's just.
It's one of those things that everyone. It's not even on my bucket list because I assume I'll just never find one.
Right.
So it really is such an awe-inspiring thing. So I got to ask Tony. I mean, it's cool that you're holding a gold coin in there, but I would love if you can take me back to the day as far as like the spot you were at, who you were with, what was the excitement level, like walk me through that, because this is really a once in a life, maybe a once in a 10 lifetime kind of find. And I would love to hear how the whole thing kind of came about.
Yeah. So again, I have to give my props to my friends and again, like I said, out west here, we have to do our research. You just can't throw a stone and really find a good old area of Colorado. Or even out west. And so kind of hooked up with some buddies out in Kansas, Nebraska area, and we all start doing research. And again, it's all trails related. And I can't tell too many details about it because it is a pretty incredible location. But the location itself is known previously to us being out there. And it had been pounded for many, 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 many years, but it still continues to produce some incredible finds. And so we were out there, and I think we had 3 days to dig. The first day, we're really just concentrating and so excited to be on the site because we know the history of the site. Like the research is hours upon hours of research to locate this. And so you have that anxiety and that excitement of being on a site that could return potential. You know that it's old, and it could obviously return some incredible potential. And so we're super excited about being on there. And you start digging, general service buttons right away, and not in like one a day. We had dug 2, 3, 4, 5 different buttons, within a couple hours. So still producing, you're trying some different techniques around bushes and trees because it's been hunted. So you want to go where people haven't hunted it before, and you're trying different things, finding old bullets, finding old personal items. One of the best personal items I think I've ever found was at that particular site, and it's in one of the, I think it's in this bottom case over here. Actually, it is actually a bullet that was hand carved into an arrow, like a swooping arrow. So it was flattened down and then cut into this arrow. And I don't know why they made it that way, but obviously you can tell that it's not part of a uniform. It's a piece of lead, hand carved. So again, connection with that history, like that person held this, a number of years ago, and I'm the next person to come and get it, which was incredible. So
yeah, they whittle that camp lead around the fire at night.
Yeah, right. What else are they doing?
Yeah, it's amazing. I had seen over the years a lot of people, not a lot, but other people that have found whittled bullets.
Yes,
that they did at night, and that's crazy. That's amazing, because who knows? Maybe that guy that carved that bullet, he could have died in battle the next day, and that could have been the last piece.
I know
that he was ever even here. It really is an amazing, amazing little find there.
I did find another one that was actually a full bullet, so cartridge with the powder inside, and then the bullet inside the actual cartridge. But they had like lobbed off the top, the conical part of the bullet, so you still had a little bit of the lead packed inside the cartridge, and I think they used it as a like a chess piece.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's a one of one. Nobody has that specific piece, cut at that level, and those kind of different things. It's incredible when you're touching that kind of history.
Yeah. So, but I'm bringing it up again. I know you don't want to go into too many of the where you were, which is understandable.
Yeah.
When you get this signal, you found this with what machine? The AT Pro?
I was no, I can't remember if it was the Apex or the Manicore.
Oh, you might have had the Manicore already.
Yeah.
All right. So do you remember the signal? Was it a low signal? Was it a crisp signal? Like, because I'm sure anyone out there listening that wants to find a gold coin, like, what did it sound like? Well, because I don't even know. I mean, it's not the same if you know it's there than if you happen across one.
Correct. So that's day one. We get through it. We're finding buttons. We're finding bullets, and that's prevalently what we expect to find. Buttons and bullets, if you've dug those before, at least from the 1800s, are going to be midtones, strong midtones. Sound like a pull tab. Sometimes they're a little high, sometimes they're a little low, between 40 something up to high 50s, and that's a lot of what you're digging. You're digging the brass, you're digging the lead, like all those kind of different things. So day one is phenomenal to me. I'm ecstatic beyond life. I've got buttons, I've got bullets, all dating back to the 1850s. Day two comes up. We're venturing a little bit further from where we started the previous day. Same exact thing, same attack, finding midtones after midtone after midtone. You're digging it, and I don't want to say you're kind of like, oh, another bullet, because you're still excited, but you're like,
right,
man, it's another great tone. I know I just dug 3 of those in a line right here. I'm probably thinking it's going to be a teardrop bullet from a 44. Like you just kind of get, especially being there the second day. So I'd gone around this one sagebrush, and what was really, really cool was, for some reason, I found the target, and I backed off and I set up my phone to record this.
Oh, so you live dug this?
I live dug this.
Wow.
One. I hadn't live dug hardly anything previously. So, but it sounded really strong, really nice tone, very crisp. And so I remember I've got my phone in the background here, and I come back over and I go, oh, 50, 56 sounds like a bullet. I put my machine down, and I can see myself. I've watched the video obviously a couple times.
Sure.
I stick the shovel in, I pop it out, I go back over it again with the machine. It's deeper. I'm like, okay. So I'm on my hands and knees, and I'm jamming like I'm cutting down a cherry tree.
Yeah.
Jamming my shovel in there to try to get as deep as I can, right? So reckless with my shovel all over the place.
I know a guy like that.
Out, like a dig in the china kind of deal. It was absolutely if I would have done anything to that coin, I would not have forgiven myself, because I was obnoxious the way I was digging. It's just, not my best day.
You're expecting a lead bullet, so
right.
you're not being extra careful.
Yeah. So I end up getting it out, and so then I go back over. It's not in the hole anymore. Now it's in my piles. So I go back over the pile with my machine, and now I've got my pinpointer out, and I had the recording is still going. Now it hadn't zoomed in yet or done anything. And I'm going through with my pinpointer, and all of a sudden, as I brush away, I just see just a tiny hint of gold.
So let me stop you. Let me hold on a second.
Okay.
Let me say I got a couple of super chats. I'm going to interrupt.
Yes.
Thank you, Zach Relics, Crazy Diggin, and Robert Legendre. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. So here we are, Tony. Tony, you got your pinpointer. You wipe some of the dirt out of the way. Now, I've been in that scenario. Often it's a bottle cap, a little piece of a pull tab. So, like, is your first immediate thought like, oh my goodness, I got gold? Or is your first thought like, what is this thing? Because you're thinking a bullet the whole time.
So the site that we're on, I try not to give too many details about it.
There's not modern junk, I guess.
100%. There's no cross contamination.
Okay.
It was a very set and specific time as to when it was occupied. And after that, there's never been any sort of anything else on there. So anything we were finding, you're not finding pull tabs. You're not finding bottle caps.
I gotcha.
It is old stuff linked directly to what we had researched and figured out was at that specific site.
So you thought it was gold as soon as you saw it.
Knew right away.
Now, what do you
I didn't know what it was.
Right, but you knew you had gold. And
right.
I'm guessing you probably never found gold, maybe on the beach, but like relic hunting, find gold is. Do you pick it up first? Do you call the guys over first? What's your first reaction? Because your brain's not even thinking at this point. Like, it's just reaction. Like, you saw a glimmer. What do you do?
So again, live, Doug, all of this, it's all on video, and you guys can go back and watch it. I'm on my hands and knees, and I have my pinpoint in my right hand, and I look up like this. It's like, I don't know if I just tied the steer in 7.3 seconds, or I'm like, I didn't touch it. And I turned to my right because I knew my buddies were well over on the right-hand side, and which was where the camera was. And I turned like this, and I go, I got gold. I like screamed it.
Right.
And then you can barely hear it. They go, what? You got what? And I said, I got gold. And at that point, it sounded like a herd of elephants.
Yeah,
There's only two of them coming through the woods, trouncing through water, through bushes. Come to find out, and I had gone back and seen it. They literally you saw equipment being thrown off.
Just trying to get there.
Trying to get there as fast as possible. And there's a line of equipment for 100 yards.
That's amazing.
Looking it over.
It's one of those things. Like, I've been around when my group has found something good, and I have videos too of Doug, and that's the reaction. Like, you seem to like your hands go up. You're looking for your friends because you want to share the moment. Like, that's almost. I think the friendships are more important than the finds a lot of times.
1,000%.
So your buddies come running over, there's maybe a little piece of the gold showing. Is it fully exposed when they get there?
Just a little bit. And what happened was they come over and they can see it, and we all freak out. And so I'm like, all right, I obviously need to record this. So I walk over. I'm like, don't touch it. I remember I was kind of
I do that too. Don't touch it.
Like, don't touch it. Okay. Yeah. Not necessarily that nicely, but I was like, don't touch it.
I get it. I do.
I'm like, I got to record this. So I brought the phone over, got it all set up, and just kind of brushed it off a little bit, and then you could see it. And the really cool thing is the guys that I'm with, they're just whippersnaps on coins and relics. And Garrett, my buddy, goes, that's a $5, just based on the size. We hadn't even turned it over, hadn't looked at it. He goes, that's a $5 gold coin.
That's
and I'm
incredible.
Like, what?
Now, for reference, Tony, I've never held one before. What size is it comparison to like a nickel? How big is a $5 gold piece? I've never held one.
It is just slightly smaller than a quarter.
Oh, so it's a good size.
It's a good size, and that's why they knew it was, because at that particular site, we know that they have found $1, $2.50, 5s, 10s, and 20s at that site. So them just kind of knowing. It wasn't a 1 or a 2.5 because those are definitely smaller gold coins, but they knew it wasn't like a 10 or a 20. So Garrett knew right away $5. And so as I pick it up, I mean, I honestly, you can't even understand it. You really can't. I mean, like you said, it's not even on a bucket list because if it ever happened, you would
Yeah.
never
No.
expect it ever. Literally never expect it.
It's not something on our bucket list, Tony, and we go a lot every
know you
week, years, and never even never even occurs to me. I
Sure.
doubt it'll ever happen, but it's got to be an incredible experience because I
The
mean, look at this
goosebumps.
thing. I mean, I'll bring it up again. I won't do a full
Yeah.
screen, but I mean, that's incredible. You know, if you've ever found gold, it doesn't really corrode or rust or anything. Like it's like a one wipe, or if that, it might have come out of the ground just as you're seeing it. I don't even know.
It came out. The only thing that I actually put on it was water. I sprayed some water on it so we could kind of see some details to it. The details are absolutely fantastic. You know, I didn't do anything to it except water. And I do have it here with me right now, but I did.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I did send it off to PCGS to get it slabbed.
Okay.
So you can still see, maybe, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It still has dirt on it. I literally didn't clean it.
Oh, they don't clean it when they get it
No,
and
I didn't
slab
ask
it.
them to clean it or anything like that.
Wow.
So it's in there. I just wanted to do it for protection, really.
Sure. Yeah.
But you can see it. I mean, there's still dirt in the crevices of it. But it
That's
came
amazing.
back cleaned AU detail.
Yeah, we were talking to Tony before the show.
Yeah.
They very rarely number grade a dug coin. They're real sticklers about it.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's now authenticated, it's preserved forever, it's airtight. No one can ever say like, oh, it's probably a reproduction. You know, like you get those people.
Well,
you
the
got it
people,
covered.
the naysayers are off the. It's not, you know, it's not counterfeit. You know, they know it's real.
Yeah.
But now they've moved to it's fake. You know, it is.
Well, listen, you can't please all the people.
You're going to get that side of it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You know, and I know that when the video had come out, I got a lot of those comments.
Well,
So,
listen,
you know,
we
it
found Roman coins, Tony. I got some of those same comments.
Yeah.
You know what? It is what it. Don't watch then. If you don't believe me, don't watch. I don't care.
Well, what I told them was, you know, listen, I've really been in the community for a long time. There's never ever been any sort of question as to any of my finds, and unfortunately, you may not know who I am or what I do, you know, and that kind of thing. But you know, honestly, dude, it was not planted. I appreciate the comment because it does help the channel and the video. But honestly, you just don't understand, which is fine, you know. But I'm not going to argue with you, try to convince you of it.
That's cool.
So yeah, pretty incredible.
Note to Mark just made that picture I put up his new phone background. That's great. Thank you, Mark. Even though Tony may have found it with a competitor's machine. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, and I saw M.A. Lyman put another super chat up.
Yes, thanks.
Trying to bring him some gold coin karma. So there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. And I wish you get the next one, brother. Now, knowing a little bit about you and that day and remembering back, I remember not long after, like, I mean, when I say not long after, within a couple of hours, I think something else amazing happened at this spot. Can you share a little bit more about that day?
You know, it goes back to number one, research, you know, getting permissions, and, you know, if you want to find old, you got to get on to old, but really kind of goes then towards the friends that you're with and the memories that you're creating. So, I get a little choked up talking about it because it's like probably the pinnacle of what I've done for many years now, that specific moment. And when I talk about it, it takes you back and you still relive it. I still get goosebumps. So I'm still trying to compose myself after finding this and trying to just wrap my head around what I had. Thank you. To wrap my head around what had just happened. I'm doing, you know, now I'm kind of doing some vlogging with it and holding it up. I mean, you see still some awesomeness, you know, on my face there. And they my two buddies, Zach and Garrett. So theirs had worn off faster than mine had worn off. And I'm still trying to figure it all out. So Zach actually had his machine he did bring his machine. It wasn't one of the pieces of equipment he flung.
Right.
And he wasn't right at the spot where I was. But if you want to, and I'm not making this up, about 6 feet radius of where I found the spot, he turned his machine on and started swinging right there. And he got a tone and decided to dig it. And I can recall this like it was yesterday. He places the plug upside down and he screams, "Oh my God, It's a $1 coin. And he stands up and sprints as fast as he can to nowhere. I have no idea where he was going. He just
ran away.
Just ran away. Just didn't know how to react. He had never found a gold coin. He just ran, like, and I kind of like poked fun at him. He reminded me of like Fred Flintstone, with the feet.
Oh yeah.
And that's how he was. Like, he was gone like a jackrabbit. And I'm still like on my phone, recording this thing. And I was like, wait, what just happened? And he's screaming. And I go 6 feet over and I see a $1 gold coin in the bottom of his plug.
That's amazing. Whoops. So hold on, Tony. What the heck did I do there? There it is. So together,
oh my gosh.
within what?
30
You're talking like 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
A 6 foot area. You find something. Your buddies come over. We call it bottom feeding, but not in a bad way. Like, because you want to share. You want to share. Yeah. And then he gets one too, and that's an incredible day, because you guys must have been like giddy little schoolgirls. I mean, you each got a gold coin in your hand, and like you said, 1850 is ancient for where you live, and yours, predated that 1844. I'll bring the picture back up. I think
mine was a 44. Zach's was a 52.
1852.
Yeah.
And
what's really strange is it was not in an area. I mean, it was in a relatively open area for where we were detecting, which was very strange. So
yeah, so I would consider that a spill. Like maybe someone fell off their horse or something. I mean, they're close enough. But I mean, holy cow.
The further of the story goes, we were able to kind of piece together by analyzing the spot and things with the landscape. We actually were able to pretty much figure out that it was an officer's Sibley tent location, and they were either had payroll inside that tent, or it was a prime spot for gambling.
Oh, okay.
Because we started.
I see Ken's already putting in there about the mint mark too, but we'll get into that in a second. You can see it on this side while Tony's finishing the story.
So we started after we found those two items, and actually I found after he found his dollar coin, that I was really scanning the area that I was on. I found a seated half dime and another general service button within like 6 inches of the gold coin. Zach then kind of was right in that same spot. We started really just kind of turning over any target that we found. He found an extremely rare, and I can't remember what type of button it was, with a bunch of other buttons like in that same spot. So I don't know if it was like we don't know exactly what was going on there.
It was a special area.
There was a lot of activity, and it was a very special area for sure.
Oh, listen, I've been maybe not in gold, but we've had our endeavors in special areas, and it's in a really exhilarating when you get on a spot that has that kind of history, and on top of it doesn't have a lot of modern contamination. We've gone to a couple spots. Those are the most incredible days, because you'll dig a 2, like it doesn't matter.
Right. Absolutely.
And, because you're going to assume it's going to be something really cool. And I want to bring it up again.
Old. Whatever it is, it's going to be old on that location. So yeah.
And like you said, here's the D mint mark for Denver, appropriate 5280 Adventures at Denver mint mark.
I actually wish it was Denver, but it's not Denver.
Oh, it's not Denver.
Sorry to tell you that.
Oh, forgive my gold coin ignorance.
It's okay. I had to learn this too. I mean, obviously I don't dig these frequently. So it's actually made at and I always screwed up the pronunciation, but it's Delagana, Georgia mint.
No, I never heard of that thing before.
So it's anything, we talk about, the scarcity of mints. Carson City, obviously, for seeded, we're always looking for Carson cities. The Delagana mint in Georgia was very rare.
So did they only make gold coins at that mint? Only gold?
I don't know the history of it. I should know it.
Because I would imagine we would have seen other silver or copper coins. I'm guessing only gold.
Sure.
That's incredible.
So, now, the funny thing is, like I was saying, the guys that I was with, they do their research, and Garrett had done a lot of research on gold coins because he's just a dork and does that kind of stuff. He had actually found that the $5, 1844 $5 Delagana mint mark was one of the scarcest $5 gold coins ever minted.
Wow.
And so when we were able to get the date off of it, and we said 1844, Garrett lost his mind. He goes, if that has a D, and off the top of his head, he's a genius. He's an amazing person. Number one, amazing teacher, an awesome friend. He goes, if that has a D on it, he says that's like a $5,000 coin. And I turn it over and I'm like, it has a D. And he flipped. He was like, and off the top of his brain, he goes, there's like 88,000 of those gold coins minted. That's it.
Now be honest, Tony.
Yeah.
When you first found it, did you think this D was the mint mark? Because you've probably never seen her held a gold coin. I know Doug's looking at it, and Doug's seeing double D's here. He's getting all excited.
Excited for different reasons. I mean, you can either way is fine.
No, that's amazing. And I'm seeing the chat too. You keep saying the Logna mint. It almost sounds like it reads like baloney, like baloney mint. And here's somebody from Magic Man, Texas.
Dahlonega, but I think it's pronounced Dalagana.
Yeah, Magic Man Texas put in here. They made exclusively gold minted coins in 4 denominations, $1, $2.50, and quarter eagles, which is your $5. So yours was the highest denomination they made, and maybe the scarcest date that they made from that mint. So if you're going to get any gold coin from there, you got the Mama Jama. So
it was more just the whipped cream on top of the dessert, because I mean, and I'm very blessed to be able to find that, but to have Zach find one right there, the story that goes along with it, the history of the site, like, I mean, I wish I could tell the entire thing, because it would blow everybody's brain about what this actually is. Yeah, no, and listen, I mean, I'm spending 15 minutes on it because that's that's how special a gold coin is. Like, they are unicorns in the detecting world. I mean, I only know a few people that have, found a gold coin, but they're very, very rare. And that's really, that's the pinnacle. And nobody's expecting to find one for the most part. And what I've done, obviously, I keep my coin in my safe, but I actually have the story of the site, the history leading up to the site, and all these different things, because it's an incredible story, as well as my recollection of the day, like I just gave to you, all printed out with the gold coin. So, when I pass on and my kids can then read it, hopefully they're not, running out to the pawn shop right away, because they can see not just a numeric value to it, because it really is, oh, it's amazing, man. Fine, but the story that goes to it is even worth more than obviously what that coin's worth. I'll tell you what, I see some displays on the wall behind you above your detectors. If it was mine, I would print out a full color picture of a still from the video where you're doing, like that face, and then a QR code where they can scan and go to the video, because I put it right on the wall. So whenever a friend comes over, they're watching that video, because that's one of those iconic things that you don't hear very often in this hobby. So congratulations, and honestly, thank you for letting me spend so much time on it. It's the pinnacle of what I've ever found, who I shared it with, and all the story that goes with it. So thank you for. Hey, if one of our guys ever found a gold coin, I would do the entire Tuesday video on that alone, because it deserves that much unique respect, because they don't happen very often. Yep. Thank you. Now, before I move on to other things, I do want to touch on a couple other of your significant finds, because as a detectorist, our finds are what we're sometimes the most proud of, and you don't always get a chance to tell everybody. Tony had a couple of real winners, especially ones that are regional that we don't find out here. If you can tell us a little bit about this one, Tony, which I thought was another really cool one you found. So this was really kind of early on in my detecting hobby career. We had gotten I'll back up. In my treasure hunting club, I kind of hooked up with this other detectorist, because she lived south, which is where I live, south of Denver. We meet north of Denver. It's almost an hour drive for me just to go to our meetings every week, hour and a half drive. But anyway, so she lives down south, an area that I've always wanted to detect, because I knew the history kind of down south, a lot of stories, a lot of trails. So I became friends with Beth, and she invited me out to a permission that she had. And we have since called this the Button House, because ironically, I got this little display here. All of these buttons, these are all general service with a gray coat button in the middle. So I've got 9, 10, 11 general service, and 9 of them are coat, 2 of them are shirt, and then the one in the middle is a gray coat button.
Cool.
All from that site itself, all from that one site. And dug lots of bullets from there, and just really, it kind of changed my mindset on what I could find in Colorado. Up until then, I'm doing those parks and tot lots and trying to find history. The older the better to me. I don't care what it is. The older the better. So when we were in that area, we knew that it was a military trail, and so we ended up finding, by luck, an old cavalry camp on this military trail. And so that's where we're finding all the buttons and then all the bullets, and just losing our mind, because we're going, these are 1850s. This is actually pre-Civil War, Indian War type of era of these military units coming through Colorado. So we had gotten across the street. I'd gotten permission across the street, and unfortunately, the story goes, Ken isn't with me. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's bad luck.
The best things he's never there for.
He's never actually been there with me. That's kind of weird. So I dig down. I don't remember what the tone was, and I pull this letter up. And we had known the military come through there, but we don't dig these kind of things every single day. This is something completely foreign to me. So I'm looking at this thing, and I was wondering if it was actually, sometimes I see words or an acronym and numbers on like telephone poles of whatever it is. I don't even know. So I'm like, does this go with
old?
Right. Right. I'm looking at it. And so I look at the back, and I'm pretty sure this is a company letter to an old cavalry unit that came through Colorado. So I get on to FaceTime with Ken, because we had, we're just really getting into the history now in terms of our metal detecting careers. And he's at work. It was on a weekday for some reason. I was probably, playing hooky from work. And I go, Ken, look what I found. And he loses him. He goes, Tony, we've done the research. We know Company B was on this trail at a specific time in history. We have the roll roster. We know that, it's all documented when they came through this area. He's like, that is a Company B to the Colorado Cavalry. And I'm like, holy shit. No, I'm sorry.
Tony.
Family show. I can't believe what I found. So he goes, and he's, of course, doing research as he's talking to me. He's like, so that came off of one of the cavalry officers' hats. And then he shows me a picture. He goes, if the letter came off of there, there's going to be with cross sabers for the cavalry. He says it's got to be there. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to obviously keep looking. So we get off, and I hadn't even rescanned the hole yet. I rescanned the hole. There's still a target in there. I dig this thing up, and sure enough, I remember reaching down and pulling this up, and it's the full cross sabers with a little bend in it, not much. And I hold it up, and I just lost it again.
Wow.
I'm crying again. I guess I'm pretty emotional about these historical things.
No, I don't blame you.
But it was just like absolutely insane. So then I get on the FaceTime Ken, and he answers it. Did you find tell me you find the cross? Did you find the cross sabers? And you can see him like starting to get red, and the emotion starting to come on up. And I said, and I hold it up to the phone, and he lost his mind. He said he had to leave his office because he started crying as well.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
Like an experience that again, I can't, who you're sharing it with, right? I mean, who do I reach out to first before I even touch the route?
No, I get it. You want to share it?
So, yep. And so I've got,
I think I have,
I've got this right here.
Oh, look at that.
So I've got the company letter, I've got the cross saber, and then to further the story, on the property next to it, which we had pounded like crazy. This is actually an 1859 McClellan saddle badge.
Saddle shield, yeah.
Yeah. That says 11.5-inch seat. And that was actually issued to the cavalry. That saddle in that time, 1859, was issued that saddle which
Oh, it's another Company B relic.
well, no, it went to the saddle that was issued to the cavalry, which the cavalry hat and everything. So
That's crazy. Now
yeah,
I have a hold on, I'll bring it up. Now this isn't an actual hat, but I was able to put a reproduction together to give
There we
people an
go.
idea of when he says off the hat, it would have looked something like this, which just oozes that early Western expansion, like he said, pre-Civil War. To be able to find both of those pieces,
Yeah.
I can see why that is just an incredible.
And again, that is early for Colorado, which I think is why it holds so much value, is because we really, like, prior to 1859, it was very, very scarce out here. So to know that it was right during that time, and you try to figure out what the story is, and what we believe is, while they were at the camp, I don't know if you know, but Colorado's pretty darn windy out here. It's not Wyoming, but it's a little windy in Colorado. We believe while they were at the camp, the wind blew his hat off. It went across the street and landed over there, and he just didn't go pick it up. And he just waited for me to come find it, 175 years later or whatever.
Oh, so you think it was still on the hat, and the hat itself rotted away?
I do, because
okay.
the B and the cross saber were right in the same spot.
Yeah, I'm surprised that like someone didn't see the hat and loot it, because it would take years to rot away. Who knows? That's always the mystery, is how did it end up?
And got powder, stopped at the sagebrush and whatever. It was in the snow. I mean, who knows what the story is?
Yeah, that's true.
Was there any fabric to be found?
There was not.
Okay.
Yeah, that goes quick.
Yeah.
Well, another amazing one, Tony. I mean, I can see why you get choked up. Those, the fact that you can narrow it down to Company B. Do you know offhand about how many men were in that Company B of the cavalry? I have like dozens, hundreds.
Yeah, I think it was, probably 30, 35 or something.
Yeah.
Like
you have a really narrow window of who was in that company during that time frame that had that exact model. I mean, you might have it down to a couple of handfuls of people that it could have come off of, which is amazing.
Well, yeah. And then, for us, we call it going down the rabbit hole, but you start then researching Company B and finding out all about Company B, and all these different things. Well, I mean, not to get too far into the history and the stories of it, but the actual commander of it was General Shivington, who was actually involved with the Sand Creek Massacre of the Indians down in southeastern Colorado. So he was actually the commanding officer of that particular unit. So, it starts to grow, and you start to learn more about the history and the stories and things like that. And just
it's a never-ending rabbit hole. Like, if you don't stop, it consumes you.
Right.
It never ends.
Right.
And then I'm going to do one more find, and then we're going to move on, because you have a lot to cover. Now, another cool find that you had told me about, and when I looked it up, I found some cool information on it too.
Okay.
But one of the things that we love finding are cool tokens.
Yes.
And especially when you can narrow it down to something very specific like this. Can you give us a little bit of insight about this super regional token?
Try to give you a Reader's Digest version of it, because I love this story. It's an incredible story. So we're digging a stagecoach stop.
I'll make it larger.
And my friend was there previously, the week before, and he had found a token just like this. Did a whole video on it, did the research, and I learned from his video about this particular token. He invites us out there. We go out there with Ken, my buddy Jeff, and then Michael and me. So there's 4 of us out there. We ended up Ken ended up pulling his first 2 seated coins ever, a half dime and a regular dime. He lost his mind. I mean, to find seated again in Colorado is insane.
Yes.
I found a seated half dime. Jeff found a seated quarter, whole bunch of shield nickels and blah, 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 blah. I found a whole bunch of different stuff at this particular stagecoach stop. Well, this is $50 size, made out of brass and bronze or whatever it is. I think it's brass. And so this thing was screaming at me. I think it was like a 92, and it's big. And I'm going, okay, hey, it's either going to be a darn, soda can, or it's going to be something good. So I dug it. And the second I turned it over, because of Michael's video, I could already identify and tell you the history.
Oh, you knew what it was already?
In a heartbeat.
Wow.
In a heartbeat. But it was all because my friend had found one done the research, put out a video, and I watched it and learned from him exactly what this thing was. So come to find out, this was a kind of an advertisement token for I'm going to butcher all the names, and it's for a wagon works.
Here, I'll
type
bring up.
of-
I have a picture,
what?
Tony, of another
Okay.
one I got from the Smithsonian
There we
National
go.
Museum website. So as you're explaining, they can see the
Yep.
details.
The Peter Shuttler wagon works out of Chicago. The token, they're established in 1843, but this was probably 1850s. So they would go to different stage. I mean, the story fits. They would go to different stagecoach stops, hand out these tokens, and if you had any sort of agricultural implements like wagons and hay balers and all these different things, they were good enough to come out and actually like make repairs on your wagons. So they go to, obviously, where do wagons frequent and people stop? The stagecoach stops. So they would deliver these tokens to them as like an advertisement tool. So the incredible part of it is, I mean, not only where we found it and really what the age of it, but it was actually the distributor of this particular token. His name was Herman Haas, Haas. And again, you may not know who in the heck Herman Haas is. You start going down the rabbit hole. So come to find out, Herman Haas actually immigrated here from Prussia, which is now Germany, back in the 1840s. He settled in Ohio, and then in the 1860s, he came in when he was little. He settled in Ohio in 1860s. He joined one of the Ohio volunteer units for the Civil War. He spent a couple years in the Civil War, became worked with metal. What's the term I'm thinking of?
Oh,
here?
a blacksmith.
Blacksmith. He became a blacksmith in the war.
Metallurgist. That's like a wizard, Doug.
Too early for that. So he learned, all those kind of different things. After the war, he ended up moving out to Cheyenne, Wyoming. When he was in Cheyenne, because of the skills that he learned while he was in the Civil War, he was doing a lot of these metalworking type of things on wagons and all that kind of stuff. So his name went onto this token. After this kind of puttered out for him, he actually became the first representative, one of the first 12 representatives for the state of Wyoming in their state government.
It wasn't even the state yet, Tony. It was the Wyoming territory.
It was the Wyoming territory, absolutely. And I believe it was around the 1887, I think, is when I'm thinking of. He put forth the legislation, and not a lot of people know this, but Wyoming was the first state before they were a state, they were a territory, to have in the law women's suffrage for women's ability to vote. They were the first state for women.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Herman Haas was actually the initial person that put forth the for them to vote on.
Look at that, ladies.
So so then again, what the research, all those kind of different things. Michael's token that he found first the week before, he actually reached out to the Wyoming State Museum and said, "Hey, I've got this. Here's the story of it with Herman Haas, blah, 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 blah. Would you be willing to accept this and put it on display?" And they accepted it. He did a whole video on going up to Cheyenne, a representative of the State Museum accepting it. They've got it on display with his name on it. And
that's
so,
awesome.
Just an incredible piece that, again, leads me down to learn about Herman Haas. Like, how in the world, I would never have known the guy from Adam, but now I can recite that story, which has a significant story, the history of the West out here that maybe not a lot of people know about.
I'll tell you, I didn't even find the thing, but seeing it on your video and seeing how notable it was, I went down the rabbit hole just like you did.
Sure.
I probably spent an hour that I didn't have. Who is this Herman Haas guy? Finding all the same things you did, because not even my find, but you just go down that rabbit hole and learn all this stuff that just thought that was another incredible piece. And
I know that, this is probably going to outreach more to more people than I can reach out to on my channel. But my intent is I've got a script written up to create a video around that location that we found it, the particular token, the Herman Haas story, which actually then will take me. I've actually been, I know I'm kind of weird. I actually traveled to Cheyenne up to where he is buried at, and actually saw where he's buried. So it's
Wow.
going to incorporate all of that and create a story, so I can kind of get that entire story out about the significance of this particular event and all how it's all intertwined and all that kind of stuff. So that's my intent, is to actually create a video like that. So
Well, listen, that sounds like it's going to be a really interesting
Yeah.
story, and the whole thing ties together.
Yeah.
Rather than just finding like an inanimate object, when you can breathe life into it and show the history and someone's face and their grave, and people can really live vicariously through the story, it makes these things we find so much more tangible than just another circle, because we find so many circles.
Appreciate it.
So amazing find there, Tony. So
Thank you.
listen, I could spend all night on Tony's finds, but we're going to move on. But I wanted to showcase some of the best ones, because when you do this all the time like we do, you're proud of the things that you were able to contribute. So congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
I did want to go in another aspect of Tony, and this one again I could talk about forever, so I'll try to give the we'll try to do the abbreviated version. But
Okay.
Tony is obviously the co-host of Relics Radio, which is one of the longest running, most respected metal detecting, treasure hunting, whatever you want to call it, live shows with interviews and new product announcements and all that. Can you go back a little bit, Tony, of how you first got introduced? Because I know Relics Radio was started before you and Ken, but how did you guys come into it? And now you basically take that show and you guys really ran with it.
Yeah. So like 9 years ago, Loy Milam and Tennessee Jeff out in Kentucky and Tennessee, they started up this podcast called Relics Radio. Loy Milam, highly respected member of Treasure
Digging
Hunting
with Seven.
Community. Yeah, Digging with Seven. Yep. And they started up this podcast, and it was audio only. And what they always called it at the beginning, they said two rednecks with a microphone, and they just talked about treasure hunting. They just talked about what their passion was. They would have guests on and do all of this, audio only type of podcast, which way back, 9 years ago, that's really what you did. Nobody had a video podcast really. So I was gracious enough to be asked to actually appear on the first season of Relics Radio with Loy and Jeff, and got to talk with them and visit with them and just tell my stories of, I hadn't been in the hobby hardly very long at all, so I didn't have much to talk about, but just really sharing that moment with like-minded people is absolutely incredible. So that was season 1. Loy and Jeff continued it on for probably 3-4 years. And then Tennessee Jeff wanted to take a quick break, just spend more time with family. Things happen in life, and you kind of move on from what you're doing. And Loy reached out to Ken, and Ken at that time had a weekly episode on his YouTube channel of Adventures in Dirt. It was called The Weekly Dirt. The Weekly Dirt, and he would showcase everybody's finds on YouTube. Not everybody's. Significant finds from the week, and he would get permission from these YouTubers to show these types of things. And Loy said, you do great at this. I'd love to bring you on as the co-host. So they did that for a couple of years, and then Loy decided he just really kind of wanted to step away, concentrate on church. He's an incredible godly man, and so kind of turned over the reins to Ken. And at that time, Ken, we'd been detecting for many, many years together. And he, without, probably hung up the phone with Loy and called me right away and said, hey, guess what? We're taking over Relics Radio. So we took over probably 3 or 4 years, maybe more than that, doing the audio only podcast on Spreaker, and had a great time, brought in a lot of new people, and really just, we've got great chemistry together. So as things evolve and a lot of video podcasting and news types things came out on YouTube, we just kind of decided to make a change and go, we really want to turn this into an audio and video type of podcast, where we not only can show the guests, but also show finds and that kind of thing. So we kind of moved it over to YouTube. We still have audio only on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, wherever you can find your audio.
Wherever podcasts are available.
We still put the audio up on that, because there is that group of people that listens to it when they're driving trucks. We get messages from these people that have been listening since day one. So, but we now have it on YouTube, and And weekly on Wednesday nights. I'll just say though, we were on Thursdays, but we couldn't compete with this other podcast that was on Thursday nights.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that, Tony. When I started this live show, I strategically tried to think, well, what day works best for me?
Absolutely.
And I thought like, well, Friday and Saturday, people have lives.
Yes.
Wednesday is too close to my Tuesday video where I didn't want to step on it. So I said, oh, Thursday's good. Didn't even think that like I'm directly competing with you guys. I swear. I noticed that after a few weeks, you guys switched your day. And then I was like, oh crap, I really kind of screwed. I always felt bad. Like it didn't even occur to me, Tony, because I'm one of those guys that like, when I have a new idea, I don't like check around and ask. I just got to do it. And I stepped on your toes, and I do apologize.
No. I'm not saying that at all.
I know, but I felt bad. I know.
No, we moved it. It works out better for Wednesdays because what's happening was we get to Thursday, and you're ready for the weekend. You're just kind of exhausted. We didn't have as much passion, as we kind of puttered out. So being in the middle of the week on Wednesdays now, it works out a lot better. We've got time at the beginning of the week if we have to make some last minute changes for guests, but it's not all the way at the end of the week. Like you said, Friday and Saturday, people are out doing their thing. So I was just poking fun at it.
I know, but I know. I never really mentioned that. I didn't realize it till afterwards. And that was,
it's all good. It's completely good.
But I do apologize for that.
We're on Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and kind of the same setup, as you have. We have guests. We do, kind of show and tell type of things, show videos, show pictures, try to talk about the different things going on in the community. So events going on, we like to make sure we get all of that information out. And we have a lot of fun. We've got funny sound bites and things that we always bring into the shows and just try to have a really good time with each other.
It's a really, really strong show. I mean, listen, there's a lot of live shows out there, and I'm not saying any are better or worse.
Of course.
But your guys is very well produced, very well put together. And people don't realize how difficult it is to like track down guests and keep everybody in the same and all the preparation and all that. And you guys do a fantastic job. You make it look really easy. I told Ken, I don't know how you do it because it's so much work, and to be doing it for 9 years now.
Yeah.
And you still have the passion for it. It's really impressive. So kudos to you guys.
Ken and I, even though we've made some changes to it, and we actually spoke to Loy, we're actually coming up on a week away from his passing a year ago. So it happened on July 30th. But when we took it over, we really talked with him. We had meetings with him. What we really wanted to respect Loy and Jeff, what they had started and really grown. But we wanted to kind of make some new things, bring in the video side of it, but still respect the history of Loy and Jeff. So we actually do a lot of things that still respect those two guys. And kind of carrying on the legacy. I mean, Relics Radio has a great name. Like I said, I was on the first season, and it's insane to just think so far back. So
now you guys do a great job, and like I said, this was Loy's baby originally,
yes,
Loy and Jeff, and then you guys step in. Did you have a hard time, you and Ken, going from like YouTubers who put out videos to now wrangling up guests, sticking to a schedule, a second day of content, the all the issues that can happen on a live program? Was there an adjustment? Did you slide right in? Were there hiccups along the way?
There was an adjustment. So when we were doing it on the radio,
right?
We actually had a number that people could call in when we didn't have a guest. They could call in and we could talk to them live on the radio. Just like Loy had thought, way back in the day when we all were listening to the radio, you could call in type of thing. And that's how it was set up. And we wanted to respect that. When we took it over, the phone numbers remained the same. And it was actually Loy's phone number to his cell phone.
Oh, really?
So what was funny is we would have to remind him when we would do the show, hey, if your phone rings, don't answer it because we're doing the podcast. So we eventually moved away from that because we did have some. At that time, it was you had some goobers that would call and
I remember
you're live and you don't have a dump button and all these kind of different things. So we kind of moved away from that. We would love to. We 100% wanted to continue. We will 100% continue the live aspect of the podcast because we have people that visit us every single week that have been there for 9 straight years. I mean, Bill Hayes is in the chat. I don't know if he's in the chat, but he follows every single week with us. He was there from episode 1 and is there every single week.
Wow.
And we want to respect the people. Like you have a great live chat going on with your podcast too. So it's so much fun to have the live people there. Something
Sure.
for them to look forward to. And you get to know people through comments, and there's conversations, and we really feel like the live side of it is what we want to capture. We don't carry a lot of live viewers. And majority of the people are listening to it after the fact. And the production of it probably could be through the roof if we could cut and chop and add and do all kinds of different things for, a recorded podcast. But it's very, very important to both Ken and I. And we made that commitment to Lloyd that we would continue live, respect them for what they've created, and graciously kind of given us the golden egg, and pass it along to us. So it is Lloyd's baby, and we'll continue to treat it as such, with utmost respect. And I know Ken feels exactly the same way about all that.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously made the right choice, because not only do you guys keep up with the same charisma and respect that Lloyd started, but you guys didn't give up and abandon it. And it's tough in a world where, look, everyone's got families, you got jobs, you got things going on. It's a huge commitment, but you've kept it up for, what are you up to, season 9, season 10 now?
Yeah.
So it's really impressive. I know that Lloyd is looking down, and he knows he made the right choice. You guys are great ambassadors, and kudos to you both. One of the best shows out there, Wednesday nights, right here on YouTube, and still on the Spreaker app if you decide to listen to it riding down the road. So got to touch on the Relics Radio. Awesome piece of that.
Yep.
I wanted to touch on another one that, you were one of those detectorists, which I envy a little bit, that got yourself over to England.
Yes.
Now that's one of those things that everyone wants to. We've been talking about it forever, haven't gotten it done yet. The gang you went over with, I think I know every single guy that you went there with. Can you give us a little bit of your England trip, how that was, and did you find anything notable?
Yeah. Incredible trip. If anybody has an opportunity to go, I 100% support putting up the funds. It is a little pricey, mostly because of the flight. But just the opportunities again, like I said, if it's old, I want to be on it, and just having that opportunity to go with, again, this bunch of guys. I mean, I text with Ken daily. I have everybody's cell phones numbers. I just texted Preacher Digger not too long ago. Reached out to Shane Godfrey, because we're going to head over to Utah. Talked with Seth a couple weeks ago, Plugmaster Ford, Nugget Noggin, Missouri Mike. I mean, Dr. Jeff, all
good
those
guys.
You make an incredible amount of friendships with the people that you go over there. With that all being said, the opportunity to be on, at any moment, 2,000 plus years old, a relic, it's mind blowing. You just can't even understand the type of history that they have over there. And the way that they look at history is way different than what us Yankees look at it. I lost my mind. I was on a field way back in the corner, and I was gridding it off, and I started hitting some copper tones, almost like large cent type, 87s, 89s, great sounding targets. And I was pulling out KG2, KG3s, which are late 1700s, early 1800s copper pennies from England, right? Which maybe not you guys, but if anybody else finds KG2s,
us too.
It's an
still
amazing
exciting
find. You kind of are really, it's an old piece of history, and I found 13 of them in one field.
Wow.
And I thought, that was probably my second best day ever of detecting, because they're all sitting back here in a display case, because that's how much I coveted them. But they look at them like, that's modern. Don't worry about it.
They throw them in the hedgerow. That's the
1800s. What are you even digging those targets for?
It's like a zinc penny to them.
Exactly. Yeah, which blows my mind. But just the opportunity to be on old spots, and I had before we came on live and stuff, I had told you I had kind of a bucket list of things that I would love to find in England, because knowing what the history is. So, obviously top, which really shouldn't be on a bucket list, but you always would love to find gold.
It's in the back of your mind.
Gold, quarter staters, things that are 2,000 years old gold pieces are just, the opportunity is there. You just don't really ever expect it. That was on my list. I didn't find that, but I wanted to find a hammered silver, which to me is, it had to be 1B to a 1A. And for some reason, I love the look and the story and the feel of this 1797 cartwheel penny, which is a massive, I think it's 1.5 grams or 1.5 ounces of copper. It's a massive coin.
Much bigger than a U.S. large cent.
Oh
Much
my gosh,
bigger.
yeah. And it has a beautiful rim around it. I mean, it's just an absolutely gorgeous coin. I was like, I would love to find that, but not thinking I would find it. First day, first field, I think my third target, I pulled a hammered silver. I don't know why I honestly don't deserve it, but I found it. And I didn't even really understand or comprehend what I had found, to be honest. I'm like, is this anything, guys? Because it came out looking like that. It wasn't shiny silver, but 1566 Queen Elizabeth I sixpence.
And
So,
I'm assuming that when you found this, obviously this is the oldest coin you ever found your whole life.
100%.
Yeah.
1561. Sorry.
Yeah. We call them cobs. We've been fortunate enough to find one here, not nearly as old as this one.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But
it's very, very thin. The top of it was kind of chipped off or, maybe broke off or something because it's so thin. But wow. I mean, I don't know. I did not deserve that, but I will take it. It kind of spoiled me first day because Ken had gone a couple years prior. And again, it's on everybody's list to find hammered. And he was like the only one in the group that didn't find hammered. So then I'm like, okay, this is my first time out there and I felt so guilty. I'm like, oh, come on.
I'm sure he was happy for you because I know I would be. Yeah,
of course he was.
You feel guilty, but I'm sure he was happy for you.
So yeah. And again, not even understanding 1500s, for me prior to that, I think well, no, my oldest was actually 1772 prior to that.
In America.
I had found a 2 real in America.
Wow. Okay. So, well, still, it's 200 years older than that.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. I'm like, I skipped 16s. I went right to the 15s. Again, I don't deserve it, but I'll take it. Again, the opportunity. You're in a field that could have it, and so very blessed to have found that. That's in my case, actually, and I know we'll get to it eventually, but that was the first coin display that I made was for that coin.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we are bringing that up soon.
It wasn't that coin inspired me to the next topic.
Yes, for sure.
So I found that. And then a little bit later, before I left, there's some silver that I found. That was a 1797 2 shilling. I think it's from Denmark. It's a
coin. Oh, the one on the bottom right.
Bottom right, yep. Then there was a 1842 silver something or other, Britannia. And then that top one actually is slick. And you can't really see it in the picture, but it has one side turned down slightly, one side turned up slightly. And I didn't know this, but a lot of people had told me that was essentially going to be made into a love token.
Oh, no kidding. So they wiped it slick in order to start working on it, but lost it beforehand. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I think those were the 4 silver.
Now, then that's
4 silvers I found.
And that's the appeal, like I said, for you to go over to England to have a chance for, heck, you can find things 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
But that's the appeal. And if you detect it all and you got the itch for this hobby, it's something everyone wants to go try and experience. And I told Tony before the show, I'm good friends with Jeff Plugmaster Ford, who was with you guys. He was calling me 4 times a day, giving me updates, oh, Mikey found this, Tony found that. And it was really, really exciting. I felt like I was there with you guys in spirit.
We'll get you over there. You gotta go.
Now, congratulations. Another winner for you.
And then the further the story, I ended up fiinding a cartwheel penny as well.
Oh, you got it. How was yours? Now we've been fortunate enough. I say Rich found one.
Yeah.
Rich's was very, very slick, but you could only see like the rim, like you were talking about. The rim
is what is it draws me. I don't know why. The rim is just incredible. You can see Britannia, you can see the rim, you can see the date, the writing. It actually came out really, really nicely.
That's
So,
great.
Very blessed to have found that one.
Yeah, it's like a coffee cup saucer. That
It's
thing. It's
mass, and
yeah, it is massive.
I think it's 1.5 ounces.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, it's no.
big.
In the video when we found ours, I put it next to a copper because we had found a couple of
Yeah.
coppers that day, and it dwarfs it. It's
Yeah.
like
I
putting
think
a
the
half
copper
dollar
probably-
next to a dime.
Right. I think the copper fits almost with the rim still on
Maybe
and
in the
it's
rim.
still showing.
Yeah,
It's that
it's
big.
very impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Hey, listen, you got what you wanted to. Your
I know,
reasonable
right?
thing, not the gold stater, and then all those silvers
That's
on top
extra.
of it. You had a heck of a good trip.
Thank you. Yes.
Now I'm going to throw a quick curveball because I know that, you alluded what we were going to get to next, but real quick.
Yep.
I did want to talk about one other thing. Let me bring it up here. Now it's been about a year or so, Tony, and we had covered a whole episode on my show. You and Ken and Jeff, had the honor to being on an episode of Expedition Unknown with Josh Gates.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rehash that whole thing. We have a whole episode about it, but I wanted to ask you, it's been about a year now, just over a year now, reflecting back on that now that your head's cleared and you're not like caught up in the moment. What stands out to you the most about that whole experience?
Friendships being able to share in that experience with those three guys right there, means more than anything. That's Jeff Lubert, American Digger Magazine, Relic Roundup on Mondays. He's part of our Eureka Treasure Hunters Club as well. And then Ken, obviously with Adventures Endured. The three of us really just sharing that experience with everybody was you can't even describe it. Thinking back on that whole experience, it's once in a lifetime. Again, it's like finding a gold coin. To be able to say that I was, reached out to be on there. It actually aired, I was actually in it.
Yeah.
I found some good stuff while, during the episode is my 5 seconds of fame. And
each of you had your own moment where like the show, congregated around your find.
The respect from the producers, the editors, from Josh, the whole crew, to each of us was insane. They definitely didn't zero one person out. They understand, everybody wants to say, hey, they shook hands or was on, put their arm around a celebrity or whatever. And so they did give us kind of our 10 seconds of fame for each of us, which I thought was very gracious and pretty incredible. We actually were there. I did pull something. It has the date on it. So we were there October 11th of 2024.
Oh, okay.
Is when we actually recorded the episode. It came out almost a year later. So that's why you're saying it's been, almost just a year, but actually it's been 2 years.
I bet, for you, it's been even longer.
Yeah. And we had to sit on it. We couldn't say anything because we had signed agreements. We couldn't disclose anything. And then when they started putting out teasers for the episode, we knew what episode was coming up. They started putting out teasers, and we were able to let the cat out of the bag and stuff like that. So it was really exciting, obviously, because I've watched every episode of every season of Expedition on the Expedition Files, every expedition thing you can imagine. So it was an incredible experience. For sure.
It's a validation too. You're on as the expert, like as the metal detecting expert.
Sure.
So it's a nice validation. Obviously helps, put your YouTube channels, reach a broader audience.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes you more valid. So that is quite an honor. So, I watched it. Like I said, we dedicated a whole show on my show.
We talked a lot about it and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
because I know it was an
in
incredible.
terms of afterwards, we've reached out to Jeff to try to have him on Relics Radio. We do have a contact through Discovery. We've talked about some things. The door's not closed.
Right.
He hasn't said yes yet. We don't have anything coming up, but the contact's there. And then additionally, Ken and I haven't really talked about this, but Josh Gates, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he does touring where he goes to different cities, Las Vegas.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
He's coming to Denver in January.
Oh,
so he's doing, he does like a speech or whatever, a presentation, I'm sure about, his shows and his experiences, what he's seen and done and found and all those kind of different things. And so we had seen this, and I texted Ken. I'm like, dude, do we want to go see Josh Gates? And he's like, of course, let's go see him. So we started doing some more research on it. And we're like, well, let's get front row. I mean, if we're going to do it, let's go front row. Right. So we're looking at the prices and we're like, yeah, I think I already have a second mortgage on my house and a loan against it. So let's not go front row. Well, we found out he's doing a meet and greet. So what we did was we sprung for the meet and greet. And then we bought seats, I think probably in 3 arenas over, but we're still going.
Okay, that's cool.
The nosebleed. But so Jeff, Ken, and we all have seats. We all got meet and greets. So we're all going to visit with Josh, get our pictures taken again, talk to him and say, hey, remember, we were the guys in Colorado.
Yeah.
And kind of relive that experience. Maybe drop the hint, hey, dude, we want to have you on Relics Radio. If you can give us 15 minutes. I mean,
yeah.
So
yeah, definitely a big name. I mean, he was on, I saw it on yours. He was on the Today Show this week for another epic discovery. So he really high profile guy. If you can get 15 minutes, I'm sure he's incredibly busy. So
he is. And we've been in contact and they kind of tell us what his schedule is and things like that. He's got vacation and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's still out there. We're still pursuing it. And maybe one day, fingers crossed, if anybody listening right now or afterwards has put in a good word for us on Relics Radio.
There we go. I'll have Doug drop a. Yeah. Everyone respects Doug.
Absolutely.
And one question, and this is kind of a leading question, only because I talked to Ken and have a little bit of background on it. Now after the show is open, did you find that it created any lasting friendships that you still hold on to a year or so later? And I say that with an agenda because I know what recently transpired.
Yep. So we went up to the location on the day of the shoot and really hit it off with the landowners. Incredible people, incredible humans. You meet those people that you just know are outstanding, good people, good hearts, and would do anything for anybody. We made good with them. They, after the show and stuff like that, they actually texted. I mean, they have our personal numbers and everything. They're like, hey, come back up. Let's detect more. Let's find some more history. Obviously, we know the story. We found good stuff. We know there's more history there. So we went back up, detected, we found better stuff when we went up the second time than we found actually on the show.
Isn't that the way it happens? Isn't that the darn way it happens?
I feel guilty, but that's all right. And so then we've kept in contact with them. They support us on social media, text us from time to time, blah, blah, blah. Hey, bring up your wives. Let's do a barbecue. Well, they actually reached out to us not too long ago and said, hey, we're having our 50th wedding anniversary and your name's made the list as to what we would love to be able to share that event and experience with you guys. Please come up. It's an all catered event. So Ken and I were actually up there Sunday, sharing that moment with them, which it was so inspiring. I mean, I couldn't stop thanking them for just including us. And no, my gosh, thank you for what you've brought to our lives. I'm like, we haven't done anything. You invited us to celebrate 50 years with you or with your family, your kids, your grandkids. And we're sitting at tables with somebody who was the maid of honor at the wedding 50 years ago. We're sitting with them and we're at the same table. I mean, they've been in their lives for, 55 years or whatever, it was. And Ken with our wives are sitting there sharing that experience with them. You can't even identify it.
I told Ken, if you ask those people, give me the highlights of your life, the most exciting times, I'm sure that same episode was just as amazing in them. And listen, Josh Gates can't drop what he's doing and come out, but you guys are that link.
Sure.
And I could see that seeing you and Ken brings them back to that day. It fills their hearts with joy. So I'm sure you guys making it there was just as special for them as it was for you to be invited. So it's one of those things, the hobby, we've had similar experiences when Lynn found that gold ring and we returned it to that woman 70 years later.
Right.
We are forever part of their family.
Absolutely.
And it warms your heart, so I get it, man. And as much as you were enamored that they invited you, they were probably just as happy that you guys went. So I'm glad you got to spare
I think about it, and I know everybody here feels the same way, that people identify you or recognize you. And I'm like, I'm I metal detect and I just put out video. I'm really like a nobody. What do you mean that I inspired you to do this? I mean, I've had countless people say, you inspired me to start my YouTube channel. I'm like, but who am I? I appreciate that, but I'm very honored, and very humbled by people that feel that I've touched their lives or influenced them when I feel like I'm the other side of it. And that's what that couple have done to us has touched our lives, because we couldn't have that experience without them.
No, that's great. I know it was a wonderful thing all around. I'm trying not to make Tony cry 19 times in the show, but I thought it was a really magical moment, though. So
it's incredible.
When Ken told me about it, I was like, "Oh, that's incredible." So,
and then I thought about it. We got home. My wife's like, "You realize we got like no pictures with anybody?"
Oh, what the heck?
Jeez.
Yeah, that happens.
Not even with my wife. I didn't even take a picture with my wife.
It's funny you say that. Like whenever Doug and I are doing something, going to a show or an event, and the guy will say, like, "Can you send me a picture of you and Doug?" I literally only have like 2 or 3 pictures of me and Doug, because I'm always holding the camera or the whole group is there. Like you forget sometimes to stop and even put the YouTube stuff aside and just take a picture for yourself. And you forget, and I forget. So I get it. You go home. I mean, all the memories up here, but it's nice once in a while to be able to bring one up on the screen.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you for that. Now I do want to get to at least one last module before I have some just fun questions until we draw the thing out. I think, and I don't, excuse me, I lost my voice breaking up the dog fight.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's been. I think it's only been a couple of months. You started a new endeavor, which I was super impressed by, that you can go to the website and check it out. Republic Displays. Can you tell us a little bit about this, Tony? Because it's super, super impressive.
Yeah. So like I said, well, the whole story is I for some reason, I came across something about 3D printing, and I was like, I'm going to get a 3D printer. I just want to print something, whether it's, a replacement screw to my coil, is probably what came up first. I was like, I just want to be able to print it and just create those kind of different things. So I got a printer, and like I had said earlier, I started thinking about it. I'm like, that I would love to honor the relics and coins that I find while metal detecting. And I thought, what better way would it be to actually have Queen Elizabeth I holding her 1561 sixpence? So that's a picture of literally the first display that I ever created, and it looks horrible.
I think it looks great.
Oh my gosh, the crown is bad. Anyways, I won't critique it. My own critiques.
No, I get it.
But that's what I was like, what a way to honor the coin by having the person whose face is on it actually have that person holding their very own coin. So I literally went on YouTube and watched videos and tried to, and taught myself a lot about 3D printing, and came up with that design, printed that out, and was able to actually, in a way in my brain, return her coin to her. And I still actually have my first one. It's sitting over here, right up there on the middle shelf. It's sitting there because that was the first one I ever created.
Wow. I'll run through a few of them, Tony, because I know if you go to the website, which you can go to after the show or bring it up in a separate tab, republicdisplays.com.
Yep.
All of these, talking to Tony, he had to design all of these from scratch. It wasn't like a template that he got. He had to design it, to find an image. You had to bring it into Chat GPT or whatever AI uses, try to 3-dimensionalize it, print it out. I'm sure there's trial and error. This one doesn't look good. This is wrong, And like he said, to be able to put the coins on display with the bust of the face of the person who's on that coin, talk about an immediate eye attraction in your display case too. There's a George Washington inaugural button held by George Washington.
Exactly.
They're really, really impressive. I'm going to scroll through a few of them here, and I'm leading up to it because also Tony was gracious enough where we're going to give one away in a few minutes to one lucky viewer. There's 140 people entered so far. It's been scrolling the whole show.
Keep going.
As well as a second prize that we're going to get into in a second. But
that
all
seated,
of these
seated one right there.
I'll go back.
That's actually one of my favorite ones. That's when I branched out to really kind of a full figure. and really was inspired by the actual seated Liberty on the coin, where she's sitting on a rock with the shield laying up next to her. And that was the inspiration for the design, to kind of do a full body design. That was kind of the first one that I really went that direction on it. That one I love that. I love the seated coin by itself is beautiful, but to have that,
it brings the coin to life. It adds that human touch to these inanimate objects that we found, with the way you can display them like this. All of them I thought were beautiful, and I don't even have them all. You can go to the website later and see.
That's a Celtic warrior.
Is that what that is? I didn't know who that was.
Yep. So a trio of guys reached out to me. They had all found gold. One found a gold stater, two found a gold stater, and then I don't know what this gold is here. But I said, well, how do you want that? What do you want to display? And they're like, well, if this is Celtic period, I said, no more. I'll start doing the research. Came up with this Celtic warrior with this sword above him, holding his gold coin, and that's how that turned. Only 3 of those have been made.
Well, that's beautiful too. This next one, which I thought was your gold coin, but I guess it's someone else's gold coin.
Yep, that's somebody else's.
And the next one, I got to say, is my personal favorite, which you
and
can tell the story because it affects someone who's in the chat now.
She already posted in the chat about this.
Doug, look at that thing. Come on. Tony, how did this thing come about?
So Metal Detectorist, who's in the chat, incredible detectorist, and another incredible human, reached out to me, and she says, I don't even remember how in the world. I think I had only been doing a couple displays. I think I maybe had 3 or 5 displays. And she goes, I have an 1852 Bank of Upper Canada penny, and they call it the Dragon Slayer because it's actually, I can't remember the person on it, but he's on his horse.
At Edward?
Yeah. Yep. He's over the top of a dragon, slaying this dragon with his sword. And I was like, okay, I'm open for anything. Like I want to, I'll just say, I am honored for the opportunity to have a display that I create hold your coin. So if she wants something, I'm never going to find an 1852 Upper Canada, token or penny.
You never know.
No, we've gotten a couple of them. It's a fantastic design. Yeah,
it is insane. It's so cool.
And can you imagine displaying it like that? Because my coins are laying flat. This is incredible.
She goes, how about like a dragon? I'm like, all right, well, yeah, same process. I'll try and do my best. And I came up with it, and that's one of one. It came out so incredible. It actually came out with the wings kind of disheveled. You can see in the back there's like some spots like it had been in a fight or something.
Right.
On the wings. The talons holding the coin. It turned out, oh my gosh, I didn't want to send it to her. I wish I had a coin to put in it. But I absolutely loved the display. She actually bought 3 displays from me, and I actually sent them all off to her. And when she had received it, she just screamed. This is what she told me. She screamed out loud. It just was something that, again, I'm really trying to value the actual relic, and for me, the opportunity to create something for somebody like that,
it's very cool. I love the claws reaching around the.
It turned out great.
It's amazing. So I'm a little jealous that Bree has that, but
Full Metal Digger is actually in the chat. He just said, "I love my Napoleon display that Tony made."
Oh, okay.
French military buckle from about 1803. Again, David reached out to me as a one of one, said, "Hey, this is what I've got. Send me a picture of it. What kind of ideas do you have?" And I said, "Well, it's from the Napoleonic era. Let's make Napoleon holding this buckle." And that turned out phenomenal as well. And that's a one of one, specifically made for his specific buckle that he found over in Germany. So,
wow.
Yeah,
it's incredible. I mean, the whole
I've been
thing.
blessed to be able to design these and send these out for some incredible pieces.
Yeah, you guys can check it out. Like I said, I have it brought up here. I can't do 2 shares at once, but republicdisplays.com, and there's a link in the description of the show. You can check it out. We have a surprise coming up too in a little bit, extra bonus. So we've got all those, and then he also has a new product that he's going to show for the first time. I think he said here, Tony.
Never seen.
I'll do it full screen.
Yep. So this just got released before you hit live on the podcast here. This is a new device that I'm bringing to republicdisplays.com. It's called a coin vise. And I know this is kind of a controversial type of topic about cleaning coins and those kind of different things. But a lot of us clean not with a scrub brush or anything like that, but you're going to take a Q-tip, you're going to clean them just so they can present a little bit better. This is called a coin vise, to where it will rotate and accommodate different size coins. So this will accommodate all the way up to a $50, a US $50, all the way down to a dime, half dime size. You turn it and the clamps come down onto the coin and hold it steady for you. The base has 3 silicone feet, so it sets nicely on the table that you're working on. It won't rock on you. It's not supposed to move. It's it kind of grips it, and then you can kind of do some dabbling with your Andres pencils, Q-tips, however you want to kind of get the dirt off the coins. This kind of helps you do that.
Yes, another incredible invention there from Tony. And if you screenshot this, or remember, if you go to republicdisplays.com after the show, 10% off if you use the coupon code QH10.
There you go.
Don't know what that stands for, but just type it in and save yourself some money. Now listen, I said it earlier, Doug. Let me go back, and I can't fit them all in one screen, but you saw some of them. You can go to his website. There's a gazillion of them. We're going to give one away right now. You choose any one of them that's available on his website. Think about what coin you'd want to display, how you'd want it to look. You can go through all of them. We're going to give one right now. So I'm going to, I have to stop sharing this screen so I can bring up the giveaway tool screen, Tony. So let me bring this up, and we're going to do it right now.
Like you said, the coin vise is available on the website now. So if you guys decide you want the coin vise, which actually just came out, you can absolutely choose that as well.
So here we go, Doug. I'm going to bring it in. Well, okay. Now we have a second giveaway for the coin vise specifically. We're going to do after this. So if both winners, I guess, want to choose the coin vise, they can. But this first one will be for choice
on the website.
Choice on the website, Doug. What do you think? Now, Doug, unfortunately, you're not eligible.
I never am.
But Tony was nice enough that he's going to make one for your favorite coin.
Oh, really?
I already told him what it was. When you get it, we'll make sure we show it on the show.
I'm gonna show it to you guys tonight. I already.
If you have it, yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Great. Because I don't even know if Doug knows that I know what his favorite coin is.
Yeah.
But we'll see if I was right, Tony.
So I hope so.
Make it the one that I haven't found yet.
No, it's one you found. It's one you found. So I'm going to bring it up. There's 149 entries. We're going to do it right now. The winner gets choice. Again, republicdisplays.com. All three-dimensional work created by Tony, 5280 Adventures.
Note to Mark wants to know if he's eligible. He's eligible. Get in there, Mark.
Oh, sure.
He said you're eligible, Mark.
Yeah.
Everyone except for me, Doug, and Lynn is eligible.
Correct.
Does Note to Mark know how to metal detect?
He actually went out, Doug, and found his neighbor's property markers earlier this week, and I was really happy for him. Nope, he did it. So, yes.
We've got to have him come join us one day.
Yeah, a little flex there from Note to Mark.
Wow.
All right, here we go, Doug. Tony, have you ever done a drum roll, please?
Yeah, I will say, though, if honestly, if we can keep it within the lower 48, I would appreciate it.
Yes, I was actually going to say that, the continuous U.S., if any of my Nepalian brother and sister are watching, it costs too much money. This is for U.S. only because the shipping rates are astronomical.
Yep.
All right, are we ready to go, Doug? I'm going to stop the banner. It's been scrolling all day. I'm going to stop it. So hold on, let me stop that. I'm going to go full screen. Tony, if you can give me a drum roll, please, my friend. Oh, he did it with his hands, not with mouth. Good luck, everybody.
Keep going.
Let's see. See.
Oh,
almost Scott. Parker.
Patrick
Parker. FC. Patrick Parker. I'm saying Parker. What am I? Parker. Are you here, my friend? Hold on. Let me see. Parker. Are you here, my friend?
Patrick Parker.
Patrick. What's wrong with me? Patrick Parker. I apologize.
Spider-Man.
I know. That's what I'm thinking of. Spider-Man.
That's Peter Parker.
That's right,
Peter
Doug. You're wrong too. Come on, somebody get this right. Patrick Parker, if you're here, there he is. I see him. He
All
wins.
right. Awesome.
Patrick, congratulations. You can email me, Patrick, quarterhoarder@yahoo.com. If you email me your name, address, phone number, I will send it over to Tony after the
Thank
show.
you.
Go through his website, republicdisplays.com, pick out what you want, any of the displays, or if you want the new coin vise, your choice. Tony was nice enough to offer it up. So congratulations there, my friend. So we're going to do one more though, Doug, because now we're going to do one specifically for the coin vise.
Okay.
And if you don't understand the concept,
a great idea.
yeah. And listen, I can't tell you how many times I was cleaning coins. You know, I'm usually in the bathroom near a sink.
Hold it in.
It slips out of your hands, and if it goes down the drain, you are really bummed. So this locks it in. The coin is slightly raised off the top, gives you access to go in. Nice palm grip on there, and you can clean them up to your desired way of cleaning.
And I'm telling you, I will be soon making one compatible for buttons because we know the buttons are going to be a little bit taller.
Yes.
That will be
and a
able to
shank
hold
sticks
buttons.
out the bottom. So you got to have
right now you can see there's a hole in the middle.
Oh, look at that.
I'm working on the design for the being able to accommodate buttons.
Awesome.
Right now all I have are the coins.
Okay, well, this is going to be for coin.
I just wanted to show everybody has seen the actual displays on the bottom of the display actually have the logo.
Oh, awesome.
Well.
Do you have this patented?
No.
You should.
I'm working on it.
I think once it's shown in a public forum, there's certain trademark laws that you're covered with.
And then on the coin vise, I also have the logo. So all my displays will have the logo on the bottom to identify them.
There we go. Excellent job. All right, I'm going to bring it up. This is going to be for that new coin vise. So let me bring this up, Dougie.
Yep.
And I'm going to draw another one. Good luck, everybody. Lynn, would you like to give me a drum roll, please?
Keep going. Come on. Keep going.
Thank you. That's pretty good.
Duet, Lynn.
That's pretty good.
There you go.
Mary Quintanilla, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Quintanilla.
Mary, thank you. How did you say it, Doug?
Quintanilla.
Quintanilla. Mary, are you still here? I know it's been a long show. You may have come in at 7:30 or so. Let's see if Mary is still here. It would
Note
be
to
nice
Mark
to
said
see.
big money. Bree said no whammy, no whammy.
I know. Let's see. Come on, Mary. Don't let me down. Let's see if Mary is here. I'll give her 30 seconds. I didn't really specify, so you win anyway. But let's just hope that she's here and then she can share in the love fest with us.
Sure.
While I'm waiting for Mary, again, if anybody I see Mary. Mary is in there. Thank you, Mary.
All right. Congrats, Mary.
Congratulations, Mary. Again, email me, quarterhoarder@yahoo.com. You've got the coin cleaning vise. Just send me your name, address, and phone number. Some shippers need phone numbers.
Sure.
And I'll forward it over to Tony after the show or tomorrow morning. Yep. Congratulations. Again, if you did not win, but you do not have to fret, because let me bring it up again. Hold on, Doug. It's hard when you got to go because you can only share one thing at a time, Doug. So hang on. If you did not win, don't fret. You can go to republicdisplays.com and you can choose any one.
You'll be a winner if you order one.
That's right. You can order one. Look, Tony, as nice as he does, it's a losing money effort if he gives them all away. So support another creator. And you get 10% off if you put in discount code QH10 and jazz up your display case. Like I said, my display case, some of my coins are laying down flat. It's really uninspiring. Yes. So to have one sitting on Ben Franklin's hand or George Washington's hand or Lady Liberty breathes life in the display, and you'll be the envy of your block when your neighbors come over. So go support Tony and pick some up. republicdisplays.com.
Thank you for that.
Excellent job. Hey, listen, I like to reward good work with some publicity because you
guys want to see the ones I
would love to. I was going to try to hold off. Can I see the one you're sending for Lynn first? Do you have that one or no?
I might change my mind on that.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
I have the half real that Rich.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if you know the story, Tony. I found my first and only half real, and we had to give everything up at that site. It was a museum.
Sure.
And I didn't know it, but Rich went to them and arranged to buy it back and gave it to me for Christmas.
Oh, amazing. What a
So I
special
think-
coin.
Maybe that's the one that I should.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so I think I'd said before the show, I knew Jason and Doug were going to be here. So I have their displays and we had talked whatever one that you wanted, but I don't have that one made up for you yet, but I absolutely will make one for you.
All right, make sure you're 100% on your decision, because
That's
once he
it.
makes them, there's no take backs.
That's
Well, no,
it.
but she could go buy.
You can go buy it. You can go buy the whole collection, Lynn. The whole collection.
Okay, so when you reached out to me, and we were going to talk about Republic displays, I said, hey guys, just as a token of my appreciation, I would love to make each of you that's going to be on the show tonight your own display for your
Thank you,
favorite
sir.
coin. So again, what an honor for me to be able to hold your favorite coin. So when Jason, we were talking back and forth, and so he said, Doug, that's easy. His favorite coin is.
Doug, you say and see if I got it right. It's
Oh,
it's
okay.
like the newlywed
Oh, I
game.
thought you were going to tell everyone.
Well, let's say it's like the newlywed
see if-
game. Let's
yeah,
see if I
yeah.
knew your favorite coin.
Well, I know what you said.
No, I want you to say whatever. You tell me what your favorite coin is and see if I knew it.
Well,
And be honest.
in reality, it's not the 8 real.
I knew that.
Oh,
I think it's my cap bust 50-cent piece.
Ah. Tony, what did I say it was?
you
probably said that.
You said a cap bust.
You're darn right I did, baby.
Did you?
Yeah. Come on. I know you. Now, the problem with Doug's favorite coin
Oh.
is I wasn't there when he dug it. So it never
Oh.
made a video. It never got the hoopla.
Well, wait a minute.
But
wait
I
a
knew
minute.
it was his favorite coin.
Wait a minute. I did make a video. Matt was there.
Well, I mean, it's not on my channel. It's not on my
But
channel.
yeah, I know life isn't real unless it happens to be shown on your channel.
Well, I'm saying the viewer audience that watch
It's
every week might not
bogus
know.
if,
Yeah.
if it isn't on the Quarter Hoarder
Listen,
channel.
I unfortunately I make the rules.
So
Yeah.
he said your cap bust half. So I actually already have a cap bust.
Oh,
Look
man.
at that, Doug. Come on,
That
Doug.
is awesome.
Who takes care of you, Doug?
And so
Oh,
since
yeah.
not a lot of people find,
Tony does.
I know Tony does. Tony does.
not a lot of people find cap bust halves. So I
No.
actually had to work with the size and increase the size. The only half that I have available right now is a Ben Franklin. So
Yeah,
that's
well,
what it's going to look like
Yeah.
size wise.
That's amazing, Doug. Just display that in your house with your cap bust half on there.
Well, here's what I'm going to have to do. I've got several coins that I would love to display. Of course, I'm still looking for the display cabinet to put them in.
Right.
But I'll be ordering a bunch from
Good.
you, Tony, because I want to show them all in that kind of venue.
Thank you.
It's
Yep.
that's a great idea. Now I got to ask you: are they made to order, or do you have some in stock? And if somebody says I need it, you send it right out, or what?
Yep, I've got I have a whole shelf full of them because that's what I do on my off time. I'm kind of like that. I'm weird. My wife doesn't understand why I continuously print. Like, enough is enough, Tony. You got enough displays.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to send them out like immediately. Kind of like Amazon. You don't
Right.
want to wait
Yeah.
2 weeks. So I've got every design that I have. I have 3 or 4 already printed out.
Cool.
Now, like I said, for yours, because it was the $50, I wanted to make it bigger so it
a
wasn't
little
this
bigger
display and all of a sudden you got this huge coin sitting on this little teensy display. I wanted to kind of be, relevant to the coin.
Yeah,
So I
I'd
made,
like to see her face. Could you hold it up again?
yeah,
That is so cool.
Yeah.
if you look at it from this angle,
Yes.
down from the top. Oh,
I think it's if I bring it up, I think it's this one here, Tony, isn't it? This fourth one over.
nope, that's braided.
Oh, is that braided?
The
Let me see if
braided
I
hair.
did I show a picture of it, of his cap bust. I don't remember if I
I don't
did or
think
not.
so.
No, I
If
might
you
not.
go-
There's a huge selection, Doug. You can go to his website. I'm sure you'll see
I
one.
intend to do that. Yes.
Yeah. Is
So-
it this
And what
one,
is-
Tony? Is it that one?
That's it. Yeah, that's
There you go, Doug.
Oh, that's cool. Yes.
Yeah. So awesome.
And
So
what is the material?
So it's a high quality filament in a marble finish. So I really wanted it to be like a bust display. So it has essentially like flecks of gray in the flecks of darker gray with the lighter gray, and it really looks like it's a chiseled type of display. I wanted it to be like a marble display.
yeah, like Michelangelo made it, Doug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I will say though, pay attention to the website and also 5280 Adventures on Facebook. I have, if you saw my notes on my notebook, this is going to evolve. I've got some incredible ideas for some different types of displays coming up. I just need to get to a good spot where I can kind of start a new collection, and those will be coming out hopefully before the end of the year.
Awesome. And I'm assuming that if somebody out there has an idea, you can
Oh,
probably email Tony and maybe you'll inspire him.
I'm going to grab this real quick.
I have a feeling that someone beat me to the punch on that. I know Bree did already.
These are all notes that I
yeah.
people's ideas. From day one, I committed to this is not just about what's in my brain as a metal detectorist from Colorado, because I started out with my Queen Elizabeth. Then, of course, I went to like, okay, well, what can I do? Okay, well, let's do, a braided hair. Let's do a seated. Let's do all these different things. And all of a sudden I was just getting all these ideas and going, Tony, open your eyes and your peripherals a little bit. It's not just what you think is this one direction. So, the dragon was not my idea. I mean, it was my idea, but it was based off of her font.
Right. It's a collaboration.
Oh my gosh. Notes. I love send me messages, make comments, please, because it's about what you guys have out there and you want to display. That gives me the opportunity to be able to provide that for you guys. So
yeah, I'm thinking like all the guys that find, that find rings on the beach, like what cool design are you going to have in your face, like to show off your, I don't know. The sky's the limit. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
Yep. Well, I came up with something pretty good for you.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So do you want to tell what your favorite coin is? Because that was
can I guess his favorite coin?
Yeah, please.
Absolutely. I'll try to bring it up on my phone. I didn't have one pre-ready, Doug, but let's see if Doug knows my favorite coin.
I gotta believe it's your Cobb, 1666 Cobb.
It's my 1666 Cobb. Yeah, it's my 1666.
You guys are
Cobb.
good. It's almost like you know each other.
Listen, we've been married for like 10 years. My wife calls Doug my second wife.
I know. I live the same life with
Dan.
Yeah. All right. So 1666 Cobb, because that was the question. What is your favorite coin that you would love to just be able to display? 1666 Spanish Cobb. And the conversation was, are we going Spanish side? Like, what is the genre that we want to look at? And you said, I always consider it my pirate treasure. Yeah,
like a pirate treasure. I love even in my videos, there was a pirate ship I used, and that's what I envision.
So I took that to heart and used that as kind of the basis for what I wanted to create. So what we have here.
Oh, wow. That's a one of one.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. You busted that out for when we talked about this like 2 days ago, Tony.
Yep. I've been working.
Holy cow, that is cool.
Republic displays on the bottom, but
man,
it's a pirate holding out the hand on a pirate box full of treasure. Of course.
Love it.
Wow.
So,
Great.
I'm so honored, man. I thought you were going to pick out what you thought the best one was from your existing collection. I had no idea you were going to design something new.
No, because it's very personal to everybody. Has their own favorite coin. So if I don't have it again, that can be in my collection now. If somebody else has a Cobb, they obviously, we can go that route.
Yes, they're more than welcome to share in that. I'm really honored, man. I didn't know you were going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to order that one for my Cobb. But by the way, Tony, his was a $1 real Cobb. Mine is a $2 real Cobb.
Good. Tony, mine's 3 times as nice.
Mine will have to be a little bigger.
Mine's 3 times as nice. Tony. You should put Doug's next to some toilet paper because it's slick.
I love it. I love the banter, man. That's awesome.
I do need a tissue for myself, Bree. I do. Listen, I love stuff like that.
Did you have an accident?
No, I didn't know he was going to make me a custom one. I mean, that was 2 days ago.
That is awesome.
I know. I'm really honored. Thank you, Tony. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate
Of
that,
course.
man.
Of course.
Super, super special. And congratulations to the winners tonight. I want to thank them.
Yes.
Listen, I want to wind this down a little bit. I got one or two just generic questions that I'd love to close out of here. And if anyone has a question for Tony, you know, we have a few minutes before, because some people do have to work tomorrow. But a question, Tony, I love to ask sometimes, that people have been doing this a long time, especially with YouTube and the evolution of your channel and videos and the hobby in general, is if 2026 Tony can go back to 2016 Tony and say, look, you should do this different, either with your channel or your 5280 path in general, what advice would you give the Tony starting out?
So I think a lot of the mistakes, I won't call them mistakes. A lot of channels, because things have changed since 2017.
Absolutely.
You know, how everybody now has their own metal detecting YouTube channel. You're on social media. You see everybody, because everybody has a cell phone now.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, we had to have maybe, you know, a little portable video recorder, you know, a camera type of thing. For me personally, I see the most, and I watch a lot of YouTube, same as Ken, I'm sure same as you. And we all have maybe not even necessarily our favorite metal detecting channels, but other channels that we have interest in. I watch a lot of fishing channels, a lot of hunting channels, those kind of different things. If I could go back, what I have seen, the channels that are the most successful, as very prevalent with Hoarder's channel, it's not always necessarily the dig and the find. It is about the relationships. It is about the people. It is about the personalities that really set you apart from everybody else. And I would go back and say, you know, make it more about just exactly how you do it. It's not this recording straight down. No, I'm not saying you do this. I'm saying it's not about recording the whole, okay, on to the next. It's not, that doesn't, if you want to be successful in terms of YouTube and get followers that connect with you, they're looking for people that connect personality wise, that you can watch them cleaning a toilet, but they're making jokes. They're, you know, being Bill Murray and wandering around with movie quotes. It's something about the people that are on those channels that we connect with as viewers. And I would say I would want to expand that, bring more into the Ken and I relationship, more into more of the people that I dig with, because that's what I have now is a lot of relationships. And you will always have that in a video. We will not always have the finds. Yeah. But if you guys can go out and have a good time like you guys do, like Ken and I do, like, you know, all the other people that we really enjoy, the Hoover boys, you know, we watch them because those viewers can then relate. And then they think there's a connection, and like they've known you forever.
They're one of us.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. And
I think that needs to come out more, that people will grow, including myself. I mean, I'm not even at 12,000. My wife tells me all the time, Tony, your personality needs to come out more in your videos, and not just, oh, this is in the hole, sounded good, okay, on to the next hole, this is what I found. That's not it's not gonna draw people in and keep them coming back every single week. But you've been successful to do that.
Well, I mean, I think that's great advice, because listen, the hobby we do and we fell in love with, there's no guarantees. You could be at the greatest spot ever and you might find nothing. So if you try to make your channel about your great finds, you can't sustain.
Correct.
So try to find the ancillary things. And that's what I won't say I try to do. It's just who I am. And I love
it becomes natural.
But think about it, like make those conscious efforts to, I mean, look at Brad. I mean, Brad's up in the woods, but he can make a leaf look interesting. He can make an earthworm crawling over a rock interesting. And I bust his chops, but he found a way to do it. So even if you go by yourself and you don't have a cavalcade of buddies like I do, find a way to draw people in outside of the finds. So that's great advice, Tony.
And he draws them in with landscape, his cinematography, his editing, his music, the stories that he tells, how he can, you know, tell you a little bit about each find, not just, oh, it's this, on to the next. It's drawing the people in more and telling those stories that everybody, myself included, I mean, I religiously watch certain channels from the beginning to end, every single episode that comes out. And it's because I can relate. I love the personalities. I love the humor. I love the camaraderie. But it's not always about necessarily the fishing or the elk that they hunt. It's
Right.
not about the find that they metal detect. It's more about the people. And that would be my advice. And if you look at YouTube, the successful channels are generally the ones that the people connect with, the YouTubers. So that'd be my suggestion.
I agree. That's great advice for someone starting off. So
And- and
take it from Tony.
Tony, Lynn will tell you, you've got to get a fart machine.
The fart machine will help.
It
Listen,
doesn't hurt, right?
it doesn't hurt. So
You know what
great
also?
advice.
Hey, you know what also doesn't hurt? Having Jim Diamond make appearances in the background.
I was
Every once in a
going
while.
to do a Jim Diamond thing tonight.
coming out of the closet.
I was going to bring
Sorry to
up
ruin it.
I didn't want the show to be about me. Too many shows are about me, but I'll bring it up maybe next
That's
week.
too
with
much
Jim.
credit, is it? Give
Right,
some
listen.
to Jim Diamond.
Yeah, I'm on the pedestal enough. I
He
wanted Tony
made
to
you.
be on the pedestal. I do have a few questions here. This
All right.
one's a great one, of course, that we're all dying to know this one. This is from Note to Mark. Tony, any grooming tips on that glorious stash?
It's a mess right now.
No, I think that's great. I mean, come on, that's like a throwback to like General Burnside or whatever the guy's name was.
No.
No? That handlebar
Burnside
mustache?
had this big.
I know, but I'm saying minus the sideburns, that beautiful curly.
Did you know that they called them sideburns because his name was Burnside?
Yes, Burnside.
No kidding,
Yes.
Doug. Thanks,
Okay,
Doug.
that's just a little piece of history.
You can snip that as a short and put it out there now.
Let me see. I don't even know if there's any other questions. But I saw that one from Mark, and I had to pick it up. I had to pick it up there. So I'll look for more. But of course, I got to ask you, Tony, what's coming up for you? And I know one big one coming up soon. What's coming up? Are you going anywhere? Any events? Where can people find you? Let's get into all that stuff.
Yeah. First and foremost, we, Ken and I always talk about the community and talking to the community and reaching out, making friends with the community. We've got some people, a guy from North Carolina that's going to be coming into Colorado on vacation, on business, whatever it is, reaches out and says, hey, can we go detecting? Absolutely. We'll meet you. We'll put you on permission. It's all about the people and the friendships that we're making out here. So that's going to be happening next week. I'm sure I'll have a video out on that. And in a couple weeks, Ken and I, we always talk about going back east. All the really good events are back east. You got Digging in Virginia, all the good events, right? On the old part of the United States. We rarely have anything out on the west of the Mississippi. Terry Carter, who was our guest on Relics Radio last week, he was also he wasn't a guest on your show, but you did talk about the Moon Lake Gathering, MLG, at Moon Lake Gathering, coming up here over in Utah. It's over in Duchesne, Utah, which is east of Salt Lake and Provo, and it's only like 8-hour drive, hour and a half flight for Ken and I. So Ken and I will be heading over to Duchesne. It's actually the 13th through the 15th of August. We'll be doing a live Relics Radio show from there.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we can't wait to get over there, meet with a lot of different people, a lot of treasure hunters. They're going to have, I know you had the show, but, treasure hunters, Bigfoot, aliens, supernatural.
The giants, Jug, what were those giants called? Whatever they're called. They were my favorite thing, but I didn't cut you off, Tony.
Yeah. So, and just meet new people, right? Detecting metal detectorist Bree is going to be there.
Yes.
Detectorist. She's representing Nocta, so I get to meet her. Meet Mark Hoover. I've never met in person.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna love Mark.
Yeah. We'll
Mark's
get to hang out with him. Casey from Excalibur Shovels will be there.
Another awesome guy.
Yep, he lives in Utah, so that works out well. We've got friends over in Utah. We're going to meet up with them. So just kind of make it a whole event and weekend. We both got the hall pass from our wives to head over there. So go with my second wife.
Take advantage.
So we're excited for that coming up. And we're in the works. We've got some stuff working for Relics Radio that we just can't disclose quite yet.
Okay.
But once we get a confirmation, we work really hard on really trying to just as you do with your guest, really try to bring a lot of different genres and guests into the community. to maybe expand our interests and things like that. We've got some stuff, really good stuff in the works. And once we've got some dates and we can kind of release that info, we absolutely will, because this could be pretty big for our community, and pretty big for my channel. So,
awesome.
On that. Yeah. So that's Relics Radio, and then just trying to get out when we can. You know, we've got all the research all the time, constantly. Ken and I make jokes that we honestly talk to each other more than we talk to our wives, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. The text comes through, and I'm like, I know what I'm doing for the next hour and a half. He found something on a map. Hey, check this out. Oh, okay. Oh, did you see what's to the east of there? Oh my gosh, what is that? And it just goes and goes and goes. But yeah, we'll have some good stuff. Adventures in Dirt, as well as 5280 Adventures.
Of course, listen, I've had Ken on before. Of course, I support Ken. So make sure you check them out, of course. 5280 Adventures, Ken's, Adventures in Dirt, Ken's channel. This, of course, Tony's, which is, I'll bring it up here, 5280 Adventures. All his YouTube videos, all the Relics Radio video portions of the live show air on Tony's channel. So if you want to watch the video portion, you can check that out, or you can listen to them on the Spreaker network. Both of them have incredible Facebook pages, lots of content being put up. 5280 Adventures and Adventures in Dirt. There's links to everything in the description if you don't already know the guys. They're a lot of fun. I highly recommend them. Family friendly, very similar to ours, a lot of camaraderie, but it's a very well done, produced show. It's not hard to listen to. It's not like a total drag. I'm not trying to put anybody else's show down, but it's hard. It's hard to make a show watchable, and you guys do an excellent job with it. So
yeah, I had seen in the chat, people were already putting hashtag grandma's brooch.
Oh, I don't know what that is. What's grandma's brooch?
So one of our buddies, he'd found a brooch, and Ken asked him, "What'd you find?" He says, he turns around and gives kind of this funny, articulate like comment. He goes, "Grandma's brooch." And so we've cut that. That's part of our show.
Oh, okay. Little soundbite.
Brooch, yeah. There was no thing. Hashtag Tony's Manicore. You know, if people are on the show, they know, like, you know, we give things away just like you do. Hashtag whatever, right? They're always trying to get Tony's Manicore as a giveaway. So.
Oh, I had one thing. I can't believe I forgot this.
Oh.
Ken asked me, and I might have to have you give me the abbreviated version because it's getting late.
Yep.
Ken specifically asked me to ask you about the moose story.
Oh. So yeah. So after
he told me the story. It's really good, Doug. Okay. So pay attention.
Ironically, after finding the gold coins, we were back on day 3 of our weekend, and we were way down north of even further than where we had been. So we're coming on our way back, and there's a river running alongside the property that we're on, and we're probably about 100 yards away from the river on the other side of the actual permission, the land. And Garrett says, "Hey, Tony, there's a moose over there." And then I stop and I pull out my phone and I start recording this moose, and the moose kind of looks up with us. And the second I stop recording, she starts at a dead sprint towards us. And she cleared that 100 yards, and I'm not exaggerating, in about 3 seconds, and started chasing us. And we were running around the bushes, the trees, running around. She stops, flanks us the opposite direction. We're, losing things. We went through, there's a marshy area. I ran through the marsh. I fell down on my face into the marsh, lost a boot, got up. I mean, I honestly, I've done personal life. I've done a lot of dangerous things in my personal life, from bull riding to I was a cop for 11 years. I have been in a lot of dangerous situations in my life. That one, I honestly, for the first time in my life, actually thought I was going to die. We ended up, Zach was able to get over one of the fences. Garrett and I are still running around in circles. And we were finally able to get to a point to where we could make it to the fence. We both cleared the barbed wire fence like Carl Lewis. I don't know how we did it. White men can't jump, but they could that day. We made it over the fence. Then we continued to run through the river. We didn't even try to step on the rocks to get over through the river, sloshing through it over to the other side to our cars. We made it safe. We went back. The bad thing was my backpack was still at the site, had my wallet and my keys
yeah, you had
and my drone. I lost my hat. It was still all over at the site. We went back the next day to pick up the stuff. The moose, and we're walking, we're creeping. The moose, I'm out ahead of everybody because that's the kind of person I am. I don't know if I'm intelligent or chivalrous. If I'm just stupid, I don't know. So I'm out front. We're walking and we're getting so close to where my backpack is. And I look to my left. She stands up and chases us again. We run out again.
You're kidding.
Nope. 2 days we
Was
couldn't
her
get in
calf there?
Yeah,
so we spoke to
that's
the
key.
landowner. Spoke to the landowner. He went back on an ATV, and real quick, he was riding the ATV. He jumped off the ATV and neutral, let it roll. She flanked him around. He grabbed my bag, ran around a tree, got her to chase him around the tree. He hopped back on the ATV with my bag, put it in drive, and zoomed off and was able to get my bag. We were able to get in my truck and actually make the drive back home.
Wow.
But as he's driving out, he had seen on the right-hand side, right at the river, there was a 2-day-old calf.
Yeah.
She had just dropped the calf when we had initially contacted her.
And moose are enormous, Doug.
Massive.
Enormous.
Massive.
I encountered one fishing up in Maine,
Sure.
and they call them ponds. And we took our canoe out, and there was a huge growth out in the middle of this pond. Now, if you fell in, you wouldn't drown, but you would get sucked in by years and years of decaying matter, which makes it great fishing, but you wouldn't want to fall out of the canoe. But here's this big mass of trees or whatever growth, and we start to paddle around, dumb us, and see the nose, and then we quick turned around. I don't think she would have chased us, but we didn't want to stay there and find out. They're massive. They're huge.
Yeah. And I will say that my buddies have been back to that spot. You'll never believe who they found. The moose again. They treed them. She treed them this time because they couldn't get away. They ended up getting up in a tree. And then we're finally able to get across the fence. So we got to make sure that we're at the right time at that location.
Yeah.
That's 2 for 2, in calving season.
I wonder if they make moose spray like they do bear spray, if there's any sort of a deterrent, because they will kill you.
Yeah. So the second
we
time
saw what that bison did to that old guy
on the news.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So the second time we went back out to the site, I actually took some protection with me, not spray, but something that will at least hopefully scare them away enough.
I figure I know what it is.
But we didn't come in. I can't mention it, obviously, or show it.
Big fart machine.
Yes, big fart machine. And we did not come across. It was a different time of year, so luckily, we just have to do better with the time of year.
Listen, I bring a can of I bring a can of spray deodorant. It keeps Doug away.
No.
I'm repelled by it. Yes.
So now listen, Tony, I mean, it's getting late. I want to thank you, man. I love all the stories. I love you sharing part of your life with us, your journey with Ken, all the endeavors that you've done on YouTube over the years. I know the community is really appreciative of it. You've grown a heck of a good following, very respected guy. And I appreciate you giving me so much time on the show tonight and sharing a piece of it with us. So again, everybody out there, if you don't already follow, go to 5280 Adventures, YouTube or Facebook. You can follow them on his Relics Radio, all the new things on his Republic displays. So go check him out and support him. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. So Tony, if you don't mind, if you want to sit in the break room for a few minutes, we're going to wrap this show up. But thank you again, everyone. Tony from 5280 Adventures. Hang on tight, my friend.
How do you accept payment for your, on your Republic? Venmo?
We can. If you purchase through the website, you can do all the purchasing there, or you can message me directly, and we'll go through. We'll do Venmo or PayPal or whatever.
Okay.
We'll take care of it.
Yeah, all the normal things. So,
and I just before we go, real quick, say thank you. What an honor to be able to be asked to be on your show. I've known Jason for a while, and incredible part of the community. And I just really want to thank you guys for entertaining me every single week. I don't miss an episode. Love watching you guys. And it's great to meet people and make friends. Because it's more than just the fines. So thank you for having me on tonight, and just appreciate what you guys do for all of us out there.
Well, thank you, man. I do appreciate the kind words, and the same goes for you, my friend.
And give our best to Ken.
Yes, I think Ken's still in the chat. Ken's got to work tomorrow. He might have fell asleep, but I know he was in here for most of the show. So hang tight. We're gonna get out of here, Tony. So I'll see you in a second in the back room.
All right.
All right, hang on, my friend. All right, Doug, there we go. Nice show there. I mean, so much going on. It's hard to I had to fly through my notes. I mean, Tony, I could have went another 2 hours. He's done so much for the hobby and a great guy, a friend to all. So I can't thank him enough for coming on. And I absolutely love those displays. I mean, I can't imagine.
Great idea.
Yeah.
I was talking to my wife. I mean, I know Tony makes some, to look like the marble, which looks great.
Yes.
My wife's an art teacher. And I said, hey, hon, you think you would be able to paint some of these with your acrylic marker pens, and maybe for the let's say the Lady Liberty, paint it red, white, and blue or something like that. So I might experiment with one. I don't know, because the marble does look good. So I'm not sure if I'm going to mess with it or not.
I think really the solid color of the marble shows the coin off more. If you put colors on it, I think it's going to take
it might take away from it.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. I mean, I'm looking at them all. I'd have to buy this one, Doug, because I have a George Washington button where you don't need one of those.
Yeah, I've got a couple Washington quarters.
That's true. You do have a Washington quarter. So
hardly worth displaying now.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, how about a gladiator for my Roman coin?
Listen, reach out to Tony. He had a list of things. I'm sure he's had some overseas people, but give him some ideas. Like I said, he busted out that amazing pirate in 2 days. He's a talented guy. Just needs some inspiration and a little bit of time to work on it. Wow. The sky's the limits. The sky's it's limited to your imagination, Doug. So all right, let me say a couple more hellos, and then I'll give you guys your last chances to get out of here because it's late and my throat is sore. I got a lot of people earlier today. Sore. I saw Teresa, the treasure hunter, came in. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah,
she's putting in
at
some
her mama's
links.
birthday party.
Yeah, I knew she had something going on, so I appreciate you making some time to come in. Of course, Alicia, Hot Mess Fishing, who helped out tonight, and Bree, Metal Detectorist. Thank you guys to the moderators. The show is better because of them, with their links and their help. The list of the winners and all that stuff. So thank you. Make sure you check all them out. And some people that popped in during the show I didn't get to say hello to. I see Peter's Two Dragons. That's a really cool name. Thank you for coming in. Eric, the Cape Cod father, who we're going to be seeing soon. We're going to be heading up there. James Woodland is here. 5 Mile Relic Hunter, we got Scotty Poppers is here. Scott Cash, I saw earlier. I might have missed it.
Yep.
Sheila is here. I'm trying to scroll through. What's this one? Underdigging Oakley. Everyone, if I didn't get your name now, I apologize, but thanks for coming on, supporting the show, and Tony. But for now, I want to give everyone their final words of the night. And Doug, I'll start with you since you're in the top left.
It was a great show, and got to learn a little bit more about Tony that I had no idea he was so talented.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing.
Other than his videos, he and Ken, but what a talent! And he seems like he's always thinking of ways of making things better for this hobby. So kudos to him.
Yeah, I totally agree, Doug. I mean, what a good the one he made for Bree alone. I mean, come on, tell me.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Come on, how cool is that? So no, I agree. Really artistic guy, and a great addition to the.
I wish I could be that artistic.
Listen, I wish you were half.
I'm more autistic than artistic.
Yes. I wish you were half of anyone out there, half somebody normal. Lynn, final words. I know we were kind of quiet tonight because Tony had so much to say.
I know.
What do you think? Give me your thoughts.
I was just fascinated with his stories. I can listen to, the discovery stories all night. Really, that gold coin was amazing. He's just such a nice guy, very humble and talented, like Doug said. Just really a great guy. Yeah,
I agree. Like I said, I've known him a long time, always been a stand-up guy. I met him years ago. I was going to play the clip. I'm not going to have time, but
Yeah.
when I first started and was sending out all my stickers, and I sent out like 1,000 of them, and Tony made like a little video. It was really humorous, and it made me remember him that, rather than just, like you said, pull out my phone, record the whole next thing, to try to step outside of that and introduce like some humor and some thought and some originality, made me remember him, and a lot of people have that same things for him. When you do the extra effort, people remember. So he always had that impression on me as well. So, or were you done, Lynn? I didn't know if I cut you off or not.
I'm done.
Okay, he's still done.
I'm done.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to wind out of here. I want to thank everybody again for hanging in all night. We're going to be back next week, Doug. I got a cool guest coming on. You may not have heard of her yet, but you're going to like it. Her name is Becky Diamond. She has a book coming out in about 2 weeks called City Tavern. She's like an expert on colonial taverns. Who ate there?
Yes.
How much was food? How did they pay? Was it rough and tumble? Did they fight? Could you walk in at 12 noon and sit right next to George Washington? We're going to learn all about colonial taverns and how they existed in early America. It's going to be a really nice story. So next week, author Becky Diamond. I'm really looking forward to it. It should be a fun show.
Any relation to Jim Diamond?
I'm going to ask her. Maybe Neil Diamond. I'm not sure. We'll ask her who she's related to. So that'll be next week. And of course, Doug and I'll be back. We'll see who's here. It's summer. Sometimes the guys in the gang are doing vacation-y type things.
Damn Charlie's at the
But Doug is stuck here with me. So Doug's not allowed to go anywhere. So for me and Doug and Lynn and from everybody in the chat and the moderators and Tony, thank you all for watching. Happy hunting. And we'll see you on the next one. Later.
Good night.
See ya.